hit subscribe. Subscribe to my guy, Uncle D. Tell him Big Bass sent you.
Spurling. I'm an attorney here in Houston, Texas, an advocate for black men, largely because I am a black man. I'm a black father, I have black sons. Hey man, I do what I do. My name is Dennis. And I'm gonna keep showing the world what black
You
men
tuned
can
in to
do.
one of the best black men advocating podcasts on YouTube. Show some love for the one and only black professional. Keep it real.
And be Superman.
You would tune in to Dennis podcast. Keep it moving, mama's favorite of the lovely ladies. All these YouTube men dressed for the occasion, even though he on the internet. Intellect beat you up in court and probably fist to fist. Been around the world, high value. Girl, you can't relate it. Been debated. Godfather endorsed, scared. Kevin said it. Independent black businessman. Yeah, he hood related. Probably wouldn't know a big bass. That's like it. Talk to me and I talk back. He can litigate it. Walk with me as we talk facts. He opinionated, saying true. He not only talking, checking court dockets. Only YouTuber putting real money in my pockets. LA back to Houston, taking off. Free some Houston rockets. Big O in the middle. I'm Elijah Wine. Let's get it poppin'. Championships, we want championships. Keep the manuscript. Loyalty and brotherhood. Watch out who you're hanging with.
All they want is comfortable oppression. We'll feed them false hope.
Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, y'all know what it is. Dennis Spurling podcast. One of the realest. One of the realest in the game. Let's get to it. All my lovely ladies, y'all know what it is. Show some love. Yeah, hit that like button. Subscribe right now. On our way to 100,000. Let's get it.
When you're saying that, we're gonna give them too much clout.
You would tune in to the one, if not the best, on these YouTube streets. We call him Dennis Spurling. You sit back and hate watch, clocking everything he do and say, but you yelling Dennis Spurling. Show some love, ain't enough going round for a black man putting it down. We talking Dennis Spurling. Taking over 2025, ain't no lies. Pull up, tell all of your guys we watching Dennis Spurling. You tune in to the one, if not the best, on these YouTube streets. We call him Dennis Spurling. You sit back and hate watch, clocking everything he do and say, but you yelling Dennis Spurling. Show some love, ain't enough going round for a black man putting it down. We talking Dennis Spurling. Taking over 2025, ain't no lies. Pull up, tell all of your guys we watching Dennis Spurling.
You woke up this morning and you disrespected a that you absolutely never met in your life. You a suck ass infant, man.
This is Uncle D, and as I always said this time, I'm out.
Almost to 10,000 followers. I want to say thank you to you. I know God has something in store for me, and I'm going to continue to say yes.
Smooth operator. Come on, everybody. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the broadcast, man. This is Dennis Spurling. I'd like to thank everybody for being here. We're here to speak the truth with clarity and courage and conviction. And I can tell that because of the subject matter and because of what we're going to talk about, it's going to step on some toes. People are going to get upset, but just hear me out. Just hear out what I have to say. I'm going to hit you all with some facts that you may find uncomfortable, and as you can imagine, based on the title, we're going to talk about EBT cards being revoked. Okay, and that's the title of the broadcast. EBT card revoked by Big Daddy government. Husband betrays black families. Okay, and I chose that title deliberately, not for shock value, but because it perfectly captures what's happening right now in America. As of November 1st, 2025, The U.S. Department of Agriculture has confirmed that no supplemental nutrition assistance program benefits, no SNAP, no EBT will be issued due to the ongoing government shutdown. That means 42 million Americans, including millions of children, elderly people, and working families, will not receive food assistance next month. Okay, and the USDA's words were chilling. You know, the well has run dry. That's what they said. Let that sink in. See, for decades, Big Daddy government positioned itself as the provider, stepping into the home to replace fathers and offering just enough to keep families dependent, but never free. Food stamps became the new wedding ring. Dependency was mistaken for love. Okay, but now the checks have stopped coming and the illusion has been shattered. So that so-called welfare queen and hood rat, those weren't stereotypes. They were symbols in a larger system of control, a system that trained our people to equate survival with submission. While we were told to be grateful for government assistance, the real dependents, the billionaires, the corporations, and the banks keep collecting their welfare with interest. Now, as Big Daddy government walks out on his black family, shout out to Urban Eagle, thank you so much for the contribution. But nevertheless, as the government shuts the door on black families who've come to be dependent on it over the past 5 to 6 decades, we're left with we're left to face what is a reality. Okay. And that is, you know, he was never your husband, ladies. He was never your protector. He was just a manipulator who used dependency to keep you powerless. Here's the truth. They don't want you to know, okay? And that is that most EBT recipients are white, statistically speaking. The majority of the food stamp recipients in America are white, not black. So when the benefits get cut, when the programs shrink, it's not hitting the black family community the hardest. It's hitting white America the hardest. And the government knows that. They've always known that, but instead of telling the truth, they play the old trick. It's the oldest trick in the book here in the United States. They make black faces the symbol of welfare. They plaster our image on every anti-welfare talking point to stoke resentment. Okay. And they want the working class white voters to believe that they're footing the bill for lazy black people. And meanwhile, in reality, it's poor white families who are suffering from the same dependency trap that this liberal welfare policy created, the same trap that broke black families back in the 60s and the 70s. It's the same playbook, just a different color, okay? Now, here's where it gets cold-blooded, all right? The Republicans don't care about poor white people. They don't care about them. All you poor whites who are listening to me, they don't care about you. They use you for your votes the same way the Democrats use poor black people, okay? Both parties exploit pain differently. Democrats, they promise endless aid, okay? They tell you that the Republicans are racist, okay? Republicans promise more revival, and they stoke the racist fears of white people, poor whites, working class whites, and have you believe that Mexicans and foreigners and blacks are getting over on you and they're the reason that you're suffering, okay? Nevertheless, both sides evoke racism in one way or the other to get you to vote for them, but neither side delivers independence or dignity. And Trump, he doesn't love any of you. I don't care if you voted for him or not. He don't love you, okay? He loves your loyalty. He loves the crowd size, but he definitely doesn't love your struggle, okay? And that's with either party. That's why I tell you guys all the time, vote your interest. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, you're not at his golf club. You're not at his dinner table. So, you know, what do you expect? But nevertheless, while you have these working poor white people, they cheer the end of EBT. They're cheering against their own survival. and for a political class that doesn't care about them any more than it ever cared about us. And this isn't a black problem. It's not a white problem. It's a poverty problem, manufactured, managed, and manipulated by the same machine. Now, when people throw out statistics, 24% of black households on food stamps, it sounds like one unified community. But in reality, okay, the black category is really a federal data lump. Okay, when I say lump, they lump foundational black Americans, okay, who are the descendants of people who predated the Constitution, who've been here before this country was founded. They put all the black people in the same category with the black immigrants from Africa, from the Caribbean, from Latin America. And when you start breaking down those numbers, when you start separating people apart, you see it's far more complex, okay? So according to the Census Pew data, the black immigrant population has grown by more than 400% since the 1980s, and their economic profiles vary widely. If you look at the Somalis, the Haitians, the Dominicans, the Caribbeans, Jamaica, Trinidadians, they have higher rates of poverty and welfare usage upon arrival due to their refugee status and their immigrant status, along with language barriers and the lack of support networks. Okay, so when the media says black people are overrepresented on welfare, much of that data actually includes non-black FBA populations. Okay, or should I say non-FBA black populations, people who came to this country, who migrated here under completely different circumstances. By contrast, foundational black Americans whose families have been here for centuries, we often have higher labor force participation rates than these new arrivals. And even amid these systematic discriminations, we are actually doing pretty good. And I go over these stats all the time, but bottom line is they're blending these categories, and it has consequences because it distorts the narrative about who's on welfare, and it inflates the numbers for political talking points. And it also shields policymakers from addressing the unique structural issues that affect foundational black Americans, like redlining, wealth gaps, and generational divestment. Meanwhile, the real beneficiaries of the welfare narrative, the political strategists, they keep confusion going. They push images of poor black mothers while quietly knowing the largest number of SNAP users in raw numbers are white Americans. And among black users, black immigrant groups statistically raise the average rate of usage. Okay, look, I'm not celebrating suffering of our people. I'm talking about the death of a myth, of a false identity that has been imposed on us for generations. Because when the benefits stop, when the EBT card doesn't load, reality sets in, okay? And the mask comes off. We realize the system is never built to save us. It was built to pacify us just long enough to keep us dependent. Now, here's the thing. Let's talk about how we got here, okay? Because this didn't happen by accident. This is strategy. The Democrats played right into Donald Trump's plan. And before some of you get emotional, understand I'm not speaking as a partisan. I'm speaking as a man who studies power. All right. And this shutdown didn't just fall out of the sky. Trump and his allies saw an opportunity to accomplish something Republicans have dreamed of for decades, and that is to shrink the federal government, cut off social programs, and dismantle the welfare state, all without having to pass a single law. I want you to think about what I'm saying. For years, conservatives, Republicans have said government is too big. Government is too big. They said social programs create dependency, and there are too many people are living off the system. And now, through this shutdown, Trump gets to prove that point without Congress, without votes, without debate. All he had to do was sit back and let the bureaucracy grind to a halt, and suddenly millions of Americans are without food assistance. Thousands of federal employees are furloughed, so they lose their jobs. And the message to the public becomes, see, the government can't save you. And see, that's not incompetence. That's ideology in action. Okay, and here's the twist. The Democrats helped make it possible. See, the government shutdown, I'm gonna explain this briefly, and I'm gonna put it in a way so you folk can understand it. Shout out to my man Lucifer Ratzinger. I ain't seen you in a minute, but I want you all to understand this. Now, basically, periodically, Congress votes to extend the timeline to pay its debts. Okay. And if it doesn't pay its debts, it basically it votes to give itself an extended line of credit. And so the Republicans would say, no, if you guys don't give us what we want, then we're going to shut the government down. This is back when they were the minority power. Now that the Democrats are the minority power, they feel like, hey, I can do the same thing. We're going to shut this government down until we get what we want. And I think at this point they're arguing about trying to get Medicaid for illegal immigrants, something like that. I'm not sure. Either way, but the Donald Trump and the Republican Party say, yeah, okay, go ahead, shut it down. So now here we are, and it was like dare, double dare, and they did it. So now here we are. The Democrats thought that Trump would blink first and that he need to reopen the government under political pressure. But Trump doesn't mind the chaos. In fact, he thrives on it. He wants American people to feel the pain, to taste what a country looks like when Washington shuts down, because that pain is propaganda. It feeds this narrative that the government doesn't work and that the bureaucrats are parasites and that private enterprise, not public aid, is the answer. And by refusing to negotiate, the Democrats has handed him exactly what he wanted, a shutdown that functions as a silent revolution, a coup, not by soldiers, but by starvation. You see, this isn't just about saving money. This is about reshaping the relationship between citizens and the state. And once people learn to survive without food stamps, without housing aid, without unemployment checks, the idea of government as a safety net begins to die. And that's the long game. And you better believe the Republican strategy to see this moment as proof of the concept. If they can turn off SNAP, delay Social Security payments, freeze Section 8 funding, and still keep the streets quiet, then they've proven they can dismantle the welfare system piece by piece without ever repealing the law. Now ask yourself, who suffers first? Because it's not the lobbyists in DC. It's definitely not the Wall Street bankers. It's the working poor, it's single mothers, the elders on fixed income, the kids who depend on school lunches to get through the day, and America. And that means also Black America. So when I say the Democrats played into Trump's trap, I mean they underestimated this man who understands optics better than policy. This man was a showman, okay? See, here's what you need to understand. Trump once said that he could unalive somebody in the middle of Times Square and his voters would still vote for him. He's right. See, the Democrats thought that the shutdown would make him look cruel, and instead it made the system look weak. They thought the pain would turn voters against him. Instead, it's exposed how fragile their promises really are. And while Democrats are busy pointing fingers at Trump, it's quietly achieving what Reagan dreamed of: a smaller federal government, fewer entitlements, and a population forced to fend for itself, one grocery line at a time. Okay? Now, again, it's not just politics. This is a philosophy by starvation. And unless our people wake up, organize, and start building self-sustaining communities, we're going to watch the old America collapse while the new America doesn't include us at all. Now, here's the thing. As I said, because this shutdown doesn't just hurt numbers on spreadsheet, it hits the kitchen table. It hits the babies. It hits the mothers. It hits the elderly. It hits the disabled. On one hand, you got millions of mothers who built their entire survival strategy around a government system that has now vanished overnight. And for years, they've been told, don't worry, Big Daddy government got you. Okay? You don't need that man. Okay? You need him. He got us. You understand? Matter of fact, a lot of these women ran the man away. But now that same government is turning its back, and those same mothers are suddenly against the wall, a wall they helped build, okay? And on the other hand, you got children innocent, hungry, confused. They didn't ask for this. They got to deal with it. They didn't choose which parent stayed, which one left. All right. They didn't pick political sides yet. The kids are the ones who are going to go bed hungry tonight because the EBT card didn't reload. And they're the ones sitting in classrooms with empty stomachs while the politicians play chess and people's lives are affected. And here's the harsh truth. It's very difficult to separate food security of the mother from that of the child. And when the mother falls, the children fall with her. When the household collapses, it collapses on everyone inside. Now, let's be honest. Some of these women made these decisions and they cut the father out the picture. Let's tell the truth. Let's shame the devil and tell the truth. Ladies, it's 100 songs if it's one saying, I'm strong, independent, and don't need a man. Meanwhile, you in the back of your mind, you figure if I can't get a biological man, I got Big Daddy government. You always had that in the back of your mind. Okay? So you made this bed and you're going to have to lie in it. Now, some were misled. They believed that the government programs could replace a husband as a protector and a provider. They were told independence meant isolation, right? That their strength meant standing alone. But now with the government check coming up short, we all feel for the children trapped in those bad decisions by those moms. But because it's the kids who pay the highest price for these adults' ego tripping and mistakes and the government betrayal. But tonight, this morning, wherever you are, America is seeing the true cost of building families without fathers and depending on bureaucrats instead of building a community. Now look at the other side of this, okay? Because there's some older people who are suffering. There's some disabled people who are suffering. What happened was when the SNAP stops, when the Medicaid freezes, when the Social Security payments are delayed. Let's be real. How many of these old people have $2 million saved up to live comfortably for the rest of their lives? How many of you all can say, I'm good till I die? Most of you can't. So what happens when the benefits stop? You better pray your kids love you. Most of your kids don't even like you, but you better pray they like you some kind of way. You'll be pushing you in that old wheelchair into the old folks' home. But, what if they don't and you're not rich? You basically could end up homeless, dying under a bridge or in a tent or forgotten by the same system that told you to trust it. The majority of people receiving EBT, they're not necessarily lazy. They're not necessarily scammers. They're working poor. They're elderly. They're disabled. People holding on by a thread, trying to live with dignity in a system that profits off of their struggles. And here's the irony. Okay? All right? It's the same women who celebrated the Democrats, the same ones who said we just need to get Trump out, are now watching their groceries disappear, their kids cry, and the safety net evaporates. So I have to ask, how many women feel betrayed right now? How many? And how many realize that all those campaign promises didn't mean much when your pantry is empty and your EBT balance is on zero? So there's anger everywhere in the streets, online, in the homes of working poor. But this anger needs direction, because if it isn't guided, it becomes chaos. And and the chaos is exactly what the elites want. And while people fight each other, they consolidate power. So before we start pointing fingers, before we let this frustration turn into this supreme division that we can't never get out from up under, we need to pause and take a look at the big picture. Okay, the shutdown is showing us exactly how fragile and how foolish we are to believe in this system. When you depend on the government that doesn't love you, you're always one political argument away from disaster. Okay, and at this moment, it's really just a painful wake-up call. Now, guys who've been here for a minute, remember when I told them about 4 or 5 years ago, it was going to come a time when we have to step over the bodies. And when I say step over the bodies, what I mean is you're going to have homeless people in the street, men, women, children that you may be related to, especially women and children, your favorite nephew, your favorite niece, your baby mama. Are you fellas going to let your baby mama move back in with you? Are you guys going to let your baby mama, she has your children, and she might have a couple other children to go with it, but she has your child. Are you going to let your baby mama move back in? Okay, what about your aunt? What about your mom? Are you going to let your mom move in with you? Okay, are you going to let your cousins from the projects come to your nice midtown, downtown, uptown, high-rise apartment and sleep in your spare room? I'm asking. I'm just asking, fellas. Are you gonna do that? Your sister's calling you right now. I'm not just talking about. You can't stand her. She had 3 or 4 kids. She had all the opportunities you did. Are you just gonna turn them away? You see, and this is fellas. When you walking down the street, you hop out of your nice foreign car, and you see black people out there begging some black woman with a bag, with 4 or 5 kids follow. Are you just gonna pass her by? See, this is the reality that we dealt with. I told you this a long time ago, that this was gonna happen. Okay. And I just it's obvious to me with what's happening in the world, the loss of jobs. Women have basically set themselves up. Ladies, your fallback plan has always been a man. Okay. But the federal government convinced you that your fallback plan, oh no, you don't need that man. You don't need that black man, whatever. What you need is the government. We got you. We'll take the power away from the man. We'll just extract resources from him. Through his tax dollars, we'll pay you welfare, EBT, etc. And we'll just get money out of him directly. We'll call it child support. You'll be good, ladies. You see? This is truly going to be the death of the welfare queen. Okay? It's the death of the African-American hood rat, if you will, who was basically bred up on this. But the thing is, it doesn't have to be the death of our people. It could be the rebirth of responsibility, unity, self-reliance. And that'll happen if we're wise. But it is going to be a long, hard winter. You understand me? Winter is here, family. Winter is here. The reason they call me the Blizzard King is because, I'm telling you what others won't tell you. But anyway, I got some videos I'd like to share with you all. I want y'all to check these videos out. There's a lot of people who have a lot to say. You all check these videos out and look. I'm going to do my very best not to speak loudly through these videos. I know you all want me to be quiet. I know you don't want me to say anything, but sometimes I'm compelled to speak. Okay. But I'm going to do my best not to talk over these videos. I'm going to do my very best to remain quiet. But we're going to go ahead and let these videos play. And y'all check them out. Make sure if you can hear it, hit the number 1 button. Oh, yeah. And if you learn something, I should earn something. That's the other thing. If you learn something, I should earn something. We'll be right in it right now. Let's go.
Acting like people are just living off of food stamps because they fucking want to, okay? If people had enough money, $200, $300, $400 extra to spare for food, they probably wouldn't want to be on fucking food stamps. You guys are ignorant as fucking.
That's not true, baby. That's not true. They want the extra money. They want their food to be paid for, and they want to keep the extra money. Why would they spend that extra $400 on food when they can just get the federal government to give it to them? Okay, I'm saying, let me let you talk. Go ahead. I apologize. I'm gonna try not to talk over the video.
It's pissing me the fuck off. We shouldn't have to take care of your kids, bitch. That's why we pay taxes.
No. We should not have to take care of your kids, ma'am. I don't expect you to take care of my kids. I don't want you to. We should not. We, the rest of us, shouldn't have to take care of your children. I'm just saying that. In my opinion, maybe I'm wrong, but in my opinion, other adults don't want to take care of your children. We shouldn't have to.
We don't get shit else for free. So why the fuck can our tax money go towards people who fucking need it? Food is not a fucking.
Ma'am. First of all, your language is ridiculous. Okay, you need to cut that out. Let's start with the language. Okay, you can't have that potty mouth on here. Okay, messing up my what? Family-friendly broadcast. Family-friendly. We are family-friendly. And I understand, okay, that you won't be able to get that top ramen, noodles, and those snacks that you want to get, but what you're not going to do is bring that filth over here, okay? Now, I'm going to let you finish, but you better tidy this up quickly.
Privilege. It's not a privilege to be able to eat, bitch. You have to eat to survive. Don't piss me off, bro.
Damn.
No food stamps in November
Yep.
for Thanksgiving is insane. And it has to be a direct attack.
Ma'am, you are not a pilgrim. Okay, you are not a pilgrim. And the pilgrims worked. Okay. Now they did get some subsidies. They did, the Indians did help them out. The Powhatan, I think they call them the Powhatan people, did help them out. But what you're not going to do is put this off on the pilgrims. Okay, you are not a pilgrim. Okay, you are a baby mama. Okay, there's a difference between the pilgrim
Put this off on the pilgrim
and a baby mama, and you're just going to have to understand that you know you made a mistake. You thought that the government liked you. You thought the government was your friend, and the government is not your friend. Okay, I'm gonna let the rest of you ladies finish speaking.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November.
Language.
Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with cards and I'm not paying for shit.
No, you
Before
not.
my kids
No, you
go
not.
broke in this bitch like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow.
You not. You're gonna be in jail. Uncle D invest in the stock market. Okay, and I'm investing in these private prisons. You just gonna make me rich. You go ahead and steal if you want to. All they're gonna do is close the door. Like when you try to go in the Louis Vuitton shop, knowing you don't have any money, they just let in one at a time. I don't care. You ain't punching nobody. You ain't walking out of there with them meat packs. You will not. You will not. Potty mouth lady. You cut it out.
Going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card. As soon as that bitch say, ain't no pending balance on there, I'm going to walk the fuck.
Why? No, you're not. But look here. Now, I'm not being judgmental. I don't want to judge anybody. But before this lady begins to speak, it does not appear to me that cutting back a little pushback from the tables is going to affect her too much. I'm gonna let her speak, and I'm being a little judgmental, okay? But yeah, we definitely need to get a cuss jar going on. These people are angry about this EBT. They are angry.
Donald motherfucking Orange Man J. Trump. I'm gonna tell you just like this. What the fuck you mean? Who ain't getting that goddamn food stamps in goddamn November?
You not getting your food stamps in the goddamn November. You not gonna get it. He said none of y'all are gonna get it, ma'am. None of y'all. And why would you get on the internet and perform like this? Why can't you just be quiet about it? Why are you on the internet telling people what you're not gonna do with your eyes looking big like that? I'm asking for a friend. I need to know, but I'm gonna let you go ahead. Keep on talking. Go ahead and keep on talking. Okay, let's see what you say.
Cause I'm getting my goddamn shit. I don't know about the rest of you motherfuckers, but I'm getting my shit. Cause I'm gonna tell you just like this on Jesus Lamar motherfucking Christ.
Lamar. Jesus' middle name is not Lamar. Okay? Foul language. Keep on going.
I will be at motherfucking Walmart with my steel toes on and my motherfucking helmet, and I dare a bitch try to stop me from walking out that mother.
Trump, it ain't nothing like niggas been knew how to steal. Like, please, niggas, I'll go steal a whole turkey, bitch, and a ham. Like, what I don't know.
You got a nose ring and you eating ham, you supposed to be conscious. Conscious people don't eat pork, ma'am. You up here with a nose ring and eating ham. That does not match. That's like having a mayonnaise peanut butter sandwich, ma'am. Shout out to William Warfield. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
What the fuck wrong with Trump? But I don't know if he want war or not. But niggas is ready.
Yeah, we not in that. Shout out to Solo though. We are not. Ain't nobody going out there. Ain't nobody gonna be out there battling with you at Walmart. Okay, we are not. We are using Instacart and Uber Eats. Okay, we are not gonna be headed to the local Walmart. Okay, to watch you fist fight with loss prevention. Okay, trying to get zoom zooms and wham whams. Not doing the top ramen. Not happening.
Yo, the internet is not letting up. Y'all got me crying. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, it is like, damn, like, dang. Like, niggas don't give a fuck, right?
They don't.
But at the end of the day, it's like, you feel me? I'm mad, but I got food for me. I got food for days. If you know me, you already know how I give it up. Freezer go crazy. But at the end of the day, shit, I go buy it or I go steal it. It ain't nothing.
You gonna go to jail then, and you gonna help me get richer. Baby, you gonna help me get richer. If you steal, you gonna steal, and then my stock is gonna go up. Okay, I'm telling you. Okay, Uncle D is trying to get paid. Okay, I'm trying to get paid because it's a lot of shout out to all the people in the chat room who are trying to get paid. I got some very wealthy black people that follow me on this broadcast. Okay. And they are like, yeah, go on ahead and lock them up. Nobody's really feeling sorry for you because again, you know, this EBT welfare system has funded a horrible and degenerative class of black people to make us all look bad. Okay, I'm just saying. So we don't really feel sorry. I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish talking.
All that shit. Anyway, y'all ready for the looting? The fuck is going on? I'm in tune this time. I ain't missing this time. Shit, I'm outside.
They gonna close.
With food stamps already being taken away, a Walmart already got fucking raided. And this is not going to be the first by taking away the EBT fucking food stamps, especially right before fucking Thanksgiving, right before the fucking.
Y'all don't even look. A lot of these black people are foreigners. I want you to understand. You talking about celebrating a uniquely American holiday. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Jamaica and Trinidad and Barbados. Why they're not celebrating things? Why are y'all up here talking about we need our food for Thanksgiving? Y'all don't even from this country. Y'all need to be celebrating Heroes Day, Jamaican Independence Day, and Nigerian Independence Day. This is Thanksgiving. Y'all in there looking to kick up. Here's another thing you all need to understand. A lot of folk, black women in general, they always had in the back of they don't even need the food stamps. They got money. They got husbands, they got men. They don't even need it. Okay. But the idea that is being taken away, it's just like, well, I don't want to take it away because I might need it one day in the future. And if they take it away, that's going to end a potential avenue. That's like women trying to, always have a spare man just in case the one they have doesn't work out. So they always want it there. They always want to whip out that spare man. Like a lot of women don't like it when they used to call it slut shaming. Okay. Because they want to at some point maybe be a slut if they want to, even if they're not. Okay. They just want the opportunity to be there. All right. So a lot of these women speaking about this really don't even have a dog in the hunt, but let's let them finish. Go ahead.
Holidays. And if they think the American people are going to be okay with it, you think the American people are going to go starving? Yeah, you got it all the way fucked up. Expect way more fucking riots at the grocery stores, at Walmart, at Target, wherever EBT is fucking accepted at. Yeah.
They're going to close the door. That's what's going to happen. The stores will be closed. You will not be shopping at Walmart. Okay, just going to be closed. That's what's happening.
Apparently, the only place that is still getting EBT is New York City and California. Mm-hmm. But what about the rest of the fucking thousands and millions of fucking people who literally depend on fucking EBT for food? And I heard Aldi is doing a Thanksgiving feeding of 10 people for only $40 freaking. And I don't know how true it is, but you know what? If it is, I'm so motherfucking glad. Mind you, Aldi is not even an American brand. It's a European brand. They don't even celebrate Thanksgiving. Yeah. If people have no food during Christmas, have no food during Thanksgiving. Like, they know exactly what they are doing. They want people to cause commotion, but these are just people who are fucking hungry. Like, I'm telling y'all right now, this shit is not going to end in a good fucking way. If y'all are going to sit here and think that people of this fucking century is going to sit home and starve while there's mad fucking grocery stores around them, yeah, you got it all the way fucked up.
What motherfuckers talk about they ain't giving enough food stamps, bitch.
I mean, we can always get a job. I'm just saying the jobs are available. How about a job? Instead of just stealing, how about a job? But I'm not trying to judge, but a job could be helpful. We knew this was going to happen a month ago. A job, right? Maybe move in with somebody like your mother, your cousin, your auntie, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying Just throwing ideas out there because this is gonna happen.
Just ran out the stove. But I'm about to with whole what? Y'all know I done ran out the store if that shit is bagged up. Come on now, just lying and shit. But that I'm premeditating, bitch. I'm getting prepared, bitch. Yeah.
All the language, baby, all this cussing and stuff does not make people more empathetic to your cause. Okay, when I listen to our black brothers and sisters from the years gone past, you know, when they were up there, they were very well spoken, very articulate. When they were pleading their case for rights, you know, I mean, just think about it. This is kind of filling the stereotype. Okay, some people actually want to see you starve. And if you're going to be foul-mouthed with degenerate sort of behavior and threatening what you're going to do, then that's not really helping your cause at all. That's not humanizing you in a sense. But go ahead, finish and try to watch the language. Try to watch the language.
For next month, my whole motherfucking Thanksgiving shit is gonna be pushed out. Bitch, I'm a YOLO that shit, bitch. YOLO, bitch. I'm a motherfucker get the motherfucking strength that day. Cause I be scared to steal. But bitch, I ain't gonna be scared that day. Bitch, I swear to God, bitch. I might start doing, going up and that motherfucker pushing that shit out and start doing like that.
Is she talking to herself? Who are you talking to? I ain't gonna be scared. Who you talking to? You ain't gotta be scared to get arrested. They'll arrest you if you brave. Okay.
Thanksgiving packages come with a ham, a turkey, one come with the dressing, mac and cheese side, all that type of shit. Be on the lookout, bitch.
Yeah, the foul language.
I went from having $1,100 EBT every month, and that was just with 4 children.
So you got 4 kids. You got 4 kids. You got 4 kids and $1,100. Go ahead, baby. Go
zero. Now, how the fuck am I gonna feed my children?
Obviously, it's gonna be very difficult if you have $0 to feed your children. Okay, it's obvious. It's gonna be 0. Okay,
was the first thing that came to my mind. Then my inner voice was like, "Girl, you've been feeding these children with or without food stamps before you got food stamps, so you could still do it." Like.
Now, here's a novel idea. How about give those kids to their father or fathers? There's one. How about drop those kids off with their daddy? Have you thought about that? I mean, I'm just saying. They didn't come out of nowhere. You had a helper, you know. How about give those children to their father if you can't afford to feed them? There's something we need to revisit, but let's go back.
I told you I was going to take y'all to a food bank with me. When I tell y'all I just left a community event, I'm about to go to another one. I came home to take a break because, baby, it's hot out there. I told my children to Google some food banks that may be open or maybe open.
Now, y'all got Google and cell phones and no food? I mean, I grew up in a generation where we had one phone in the house. Okay, we had one phone in the house. It was a little phone, and it had a spinny thing on it. You would, it would go in circles. It was a rotary phone is what they call it. It was my grandmother's phone. And the thing about it is, after like 10 o'clock at night, she put a lock on it. So nobody could use her phone all night. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Her phone would be locked up. Now, I'm assuming your children all have phones. That's a lot of money. That's about $1,000, $900 a piece. Cell phone bill, you know. I mean, maybe we can divert some of those funds from communication, okay, to consumption. I'm just thinking, just throwing that out there, okay? Because again, we were able to share phone. We shared one phone. The whole family. It might be 10, 15 people in my grandma's house. We shared a phone. All right. And everybody was able to make the phone calls they wanted to make. And we didn't have Google. We had something called 411. We did that. We were fine. Maybe y'all should think about sharing a phone, cut back on some costs. It's just a thought, not trying to get in your business. I'm just saying. Let's keep listening.
Next week, you know, so I can take y'all with me. When I tell you they Googled it and they was taking me there, they was GPSing me, tell me why I pulled up at the food bank and with no food bank. So y'all got to be careful with a GPS take y'all.
Cause I went to the food bank and it was nothing there but an abandoned building on the other side. But the dot where the pin where the food bank's supposed to be at,
fair use.
It looked like where Pennywise lived at.
Pennywise.
Wasn't a church.
Okay.
Wasn't a building. Wasn't a house. It was a tunnel with trees and stuff grew over it. I just knew I was about to bring me a box of food home today. But I promise you them children get a meal every night. Whether it's a bologna sandwich, some noodles. Y'all act y'all made Scruggle meals. Do I need to start a series on how to make a Scruggle meal? I think I'll do that. And because y'all stay tuned because I'm going to show y'all the event we went to earlier. And I'm going to show y'all the one we're going to tonight. And all I did was Google events that's going on in this state, today's date, and they popped up. They had a clothes drive, and they also had the trick or trunk. It was so hot out there after they trick or trunk. I had to use the bathroom. The building was closed, so I didn't go to the damn. I can't even talk. I didn't go to the clothes drive. And when y'all go to them clothes drives, make sure y'all watching them clothes. It's just like Goodwill. Also, Salvation Army will give you vouchers for clothes if you need clothes. So check with your local Salvation Army.
Now again, have you thought about giving those kids back to their daddy? I'm just saying, have you thought? Is this something that you thought about? Have you thought about giving those children back to their dad? Okay, if you have to do all that, if you have 4 children, lady said she had 4. If they have multiple fathers, give those kids back to the daddy and let him work that out. That way you don't have to suffer. Okay, but go ahead and if you can't take care of them, let's see.
When I come back later, I will post all the Greenville, South Carolina resources because that's all I know. That's home for me. So if you're in Greenville, South Carolina and you need help, make sure you tune in tonight. Baby, I got a buku list of stuff. The Miracle Hill give you furniture for your house if you don't have it. They give you food. They give you clothes vouchers. There's no way anyone should be hungry or without anything with all the resources that's out here. Baby, we just got to find them and put that pride to the side. We all struggling. Everybody need help in some kind of way.
EBT? You know how many bitches I know that got like 9 kids and depend on that shit? Cousin, did you get asked the same question all day? All day long, all I've been asked, did you see? Did you see? Did you see? Did you believe this is really happening? Apparently, the government shut down. Everybody been getting alerts with the EBT that there will be no funding in November. Do you not understand the riot that is fixing to cause? Do you not know all?
Well, look, let me explain something. Everybody, this is a threat. Like you threatening a riot. Don't you know that the majority of America voted for this? Why would they riot? I'm just saying. Why would they riot? Now, of course, there will be some people who will riot, but this is what America voted for. They want to see you cut up and act a fool. Okay.
All these people that thought it was a shutdown, that, we're going to make these people listen to us. These people going to do what we say. Okay. You thought they were stealing in your stores. Wait till you take the stamps away.
I've yet to hear anybody say, I'm looking for a job, anybody hiring. No, I want y'all to notice that. None of these folks have said, hey, I'm going to look for a job. So what does that tell you? That tells you there's a certain entitlement that you have. Let's keep listening to these videos. Very informative.
Hurt who? And I know y'all saying black people, but y'all know black people aren't the only ones receiving it. Only 17% of black people receive any type of government assistance. Literally 17%.
Well, let me give you the exact number. Shout out to Nuruddin FDNY guy. Look, let me give you some numbers. I hate the percentages. There are roughly 42 million people on food stamps, and we'll say or not just food, but welfare in general, but food stamps. Out of that 42 million, 35% are white. That comes to about 14,700,000. It's almost 15 million. Okay. As far as black, and I explained to you all about that black number because black includes Somalian, it includes Jamaican, it includes Trinidadian, it includes Dominican, it includes African. Okay, generally speaking. So of that 10.9 million. Okay, black non-Hispanic people on welfare, Okay, so that's 26%. I just want you to keep in mind. All right. Now, what about Hispanic? That's 6.7%. That's 16%. Asian, 1.3%. Native American, 0.4%. I'm sorry, 4 million. Okay. So let's just run it. So just so I can round up, 15 million whites, 11 million blacks, about 7 million Hispanics, 1.5 million Asians, Native Americans about 500,000, and then you got people of what they would call multiracial ethnicities. That's about 8 million. Okay, so that's the way the number breaks down. Okay, so just so you know what she's saying. I just want y'all to hear it. But let's keep listening to what they say. Go ahead, baby.
The rest of us out here ain't getting no government assistance. Furthermore, white people get it. So they're not just doing it to hurt black people. It's hurting white people too. They're going to go without food stamps if they don't come. Then, the crazy thing about it is, y'all say this stuff, and then when the white person says the exact same thing, they're racist. Stop feeding into the stereotypes. Not every black person has food stamps. Not every black person has welfare. Is there some of us that are? Yes. There's some white people. There's some Hispanics. There's some everybody. But y'all come out here making as if Trump them and whoever, they didn't even shut down the government. It's the other ones shutting it down. But y'all making it seem as they doing it because you're black. Yeah. No, it's not. They just some childish ass folks need to get their shit together. But stop. It's sort of kind of like if y'all saw that thing on CNN where a black girl was naming all her accolades and she was literally had more diplomas and degrees than everybody in the thing. And she was like, but look at me, I'm black. And he was like, yeah, you're the only one been to the White House. I haven't. Yeah, because of DEI. You just said how you are better than everybody in here, and which she was. But you went to the White House for DEI. Do y'all see how stupid that sound? You lower yourself down when you say stuff like that. Let's stop doing that.
I just got to go on this rant with y'all. Look, I just had this customer in my car. It was a black man. He was disabled. And he tried to tell me that decisions that Trump was making right now, taking food stamps and Medicaid from a lot of people that's disabled, children, was right. And this is what I said to him. What makes that right?
Because America is tired of paying for other people's children and other people's responsibilities. Unfortunately, in the world that we live in, eating is not a right. That's basically what the people are saying. Having somewhere to live is not a right. Okay, and I don't know where you got it from. Never has been. Let's keep listening.
He told me because he was a taxpayer and he didn't feel like it was right for him to give money out to people that's not working. I said, some of these people that's getting the money, they can't fucking work.
I know, but again, did you hear what the man said, baby? Listen, he said he's a taxpayer. In other words, he works. And about 30, almost 40% of everything he earns, he's a handicapped man. This man said he's disabled. A large percentage of what he earns goes to pay for people who don't want to work. Now, I get the fact that your compassion says, well, these people need to eat. Yeah, it's a lot of things that people need to do, but I shouldn't have to pay for it. I shouldn't have to spend my life force working and earning money so that these other people can sustain themselves when I could use that money to sustain my own life or make my own life better. You got to, that's fair. All right. Matter of fact, how about this? Next time you cook dinner, I want you to open up your door and put a sign outside and say anybody who's homeless can come in here and eat as much as you want. And if they're unable to eat, you're unable to eat, your family's unable to eat, oh, well, too bad. Oh, well, too bad. So sad. Okay? That's what you're asking these folk to do. All right?
They're children. They're disabled.
They don't care. Okay? Them use kids. I know that's what these people are telling you. He don't care that there's kids. He probably don't even have kids. He might not even like his kids. Okay? Shoot. That's what you need to understand.
They're bedridden. Like they can't get up and fucking walk. Like I said, if anything, you're fucking part of the problem too.
Why is he part of the problem?
You're up there with them.
Shout out to Faquan. Why is he part of the problem?
We're here right now because of your ass.
So let me get this right. Y'all don't want us on food stamps, right? Y'all prefer us to work. But in this economy, even people that's working need food stamps. And the saddest part about it,
we get that, but work anyway. And you wouldn't need food stamps. You look like you're pretty healthy. And let me just say something. All these people, they look like they're well taken care of. They well moisturized. They all got their nice little wigs on. Look like their eyebrows are done. They got their fashionable shades on and stuff like that. I'm just saying, these people don't look poor to me. I've been to countries where people are poor. I see what poor looks like. This is not poverty. To me, this is lower middle class to me. This is what it looks like to me. All right. And I've yet to see any of these folk look like they're missing any meals. I'm just pointing that out.
Is that a lot of these jobs not even hiring to begin with. So people that's on food stamps, a lot of them not even choosing to be on food stamps. These jobs not even hiring like they should be. The job market is trash. And a lot of y'all in the comments like, well,
how can you not choose to be on food stamps? You want to fill out the application, right? You filled out the application. You chose to be on food stamps. You filled out the application just because it was an option. You could have opted to do something else, right? I'm just saying. Designer shades lady. I'm just
you should need food stamps. Y'all don't get this by now. We in a whole new world today, baby. Even a person making up to 100K a year could use some food stamps right now. You get what I'm saying? And when you get to a point where you're taking food out of people's mouths, it can get dangerous.
See, notice the underlying threat. We're threatening. Shout out to my man Rich Turner. It's getting dangerous. You're threatening people. You're threatening because the federal government is saying we're cutting back on these subsidies. Now you're threatening folk. That is not going to endear you to the rest of the American population. Okay, out here threatening people with your fancy shades on, baby girl. I'm just trying to be honest with you.
People are going to start taking it. Do you hear me? People are going to start taking that food.
They're going where they gonna take it to? You're gonna take it, you can get arrested, you're gonna go to jail, then your kids gonna go where? They're gonna go to Child Protective Services or whatever. They're gonna be in the system. Why not just get a job? How about a job? Better yet, get those kids to their daddy. Have you thought about that? I'm a proponent in equal opportunity parenting. I believe children should spend as much time with the other parent. Okay, that's what I believe. Let's keep going.
Not going in there asking. No, they're gonna start taking that food. Why? Because we have.
And they're gonna fight loss prevention. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna end up in a scuffle with loss prevention. Loss prevention around America right now. They in there pushing up. They got that Rocky music playing. Guard the baby diapers. They ready. Protect the formula. They're ready. They're ready. And on top of that, these stores look at the internet. They know what you all are thinking. They're gonna close these stores on the 1st. I ain't gonna let you come up there and take all the gummy bears and Doritos. You kidding me? Not happening.
We have to eat. Point blank. Period. People die if they don't eat. What do you mean?
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. They don't care, ma'am. I'm just saying.
It's crazy for people to say they're gonna walk in the store and just take the food. What else are they gonna do? Because let's be real about it. These jobs don't even pay.
Eat, baby. That's what these people are trying to explain to you, ma'am. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They don't care.
Pay people enough to even survive regardless. Then when we try to use the food stamps that's put in place for people that's struggling, that'd be the first thing they try to take away. You get what I'm saying? They think it's a game and it's nothing funny about it. So when these motherfuckers start walking in these stores and taking what they need for dinner for their families and their kids, I don't want to hear shit. Because it's a lose-lose situation regardless. With a 9 to 5, without a 9 to 5. You can work in 2 jobs and still struggling. People with jobs need food stamps. People that's...
Do you have 2 jobs? Because it seemed to me like you speaking theoretically. If you had 2 jobs, do you have 2 jobs? Because you said people with 2 jobs still struggling. Yeah, but do you have the 2 jobs? Because if you have the 2 jobs, why don't you get the 2 jobs and then let's have a conversation? Okay? Because minimum wage, because you're not just gonna stay at minimum wage forever. You're gonna learn the job, do a little bit better, get you a little raise, got another little job. Okay, I'm just saying, baby girl. I'm just saying, with your fancy shades on, you need to go to the pawn shop. Those shades, that's to get you about $50, $100. That's what you need to do.
On food stamps without a job, can't get a job because the job market sucks. And even if they do have a job, they still can't fucking afford food.
How do you know the job market? You don't even have a job. Have you looked for a job? When was the last time you updated your resume? Let's start with that. How about that? How about that?
So y'all that's judging in the comments, well, why would you steal? People need to feed their families. Point blank, period. Bye.
You have to be employed to receive benefits. You have to be employed to receive benefits, be it SNAP, be it Medicaid. It is very rare cases where you can get the benefits without being employed. And
hold on a minute. You trying to tell all these people in America that all these women who are on Section 8 and who receive EBT and Medicare, you telling me all of them are employed? You have to be employed. Are you sure about that? Are you absolutely sure? Because I know some things, and I know some people who've been on Section 8 for an awful long time, and they are clearly not employed. Now, they might sell a little weed on the side. There's a couple of little ladies that sell a little bit of that, you know, to Mr. Clarence. Mr. Clarence come through with the $40 and some baby diapers as a formula. Okay, leave it on the dresser on his way out. Okay, but I'm saying I don't think these. What kind of employment are you talking about? Because I'm gonna let you finish because you sound like you really mean what you're saying, but I may disagree.
And then when you do get those benefits without being employed, there are systems in place to make sure you become employed while you're receiving those benefits. You have to be employed to receive benefits. There are less people scamming than there are people who actually need these benefits. And before y'all come in my comments,
ma'am, first of all, you need to calm down, okay? Because you're getting louder and your voice is getting deeper, okay? And that's a bit aggressive, okay? Your voice is getting a little too deep, okay? And you're turning people off with your tone. I don't like your tone, okay? Let's watch your tone. I'm gonna let you finish, okay? But it's a little stout. Your voice is a little strong. With this broadcast, it's family friendly. What we do here, okay? Shout out to Faquan. Let's keep listening.
Being racist and being putting all types of microaggressions in my comments. I work full time. I do not receive government assistance.
Well, why are you mad then? If you work full time and you don't receive government assistance, why are you having this loud, angry argument? Why?
I just happen to be a decent human being and care about the less fortunate. So
we decent human beings too. We care about the less fortunate. I give out money to the little football player team and everything. I pay for scholarships. But I mean, it's been 60 years. How many more welfare recipients generation? This is like generation 4. Back to back, Section 8. You got mama, grandmama, and daughter all living next to each other in the Section 8 building. We decent human beings too. We just tired of paying for people. Ma'am, don't be so judgmental, judging me. Don't judge us. Shoot.
So it's not my fault you don't know how to be a decent human being. But this whole...
Your idea of what's a decent human being is not necessarily my idea of what being a decent human being is. How about that? Hey, how about we see things differently? And me saying, hey, let's break this cycle, or some other people saying, let's break this cycle, maybe we consider that being a decent human being. Maybe we're tired of folk reproducing. I mean, are we have these folk reproduced a bunch of engineers and doctors and lawyers? Is that what we getting? Or are we getting a lot of people who filling up our prisons? White, black, Hispanic, and whatever. That seems like what we're getting. Maybe folk are tired of it.
Oh, y'all are just getting a free ride. Oh, people need to learn how to go get a job. Struggle like the rest of us. First of all, none of us should have to be rich to live comfortably.
Hold on a minute. None of us should have to be rich to live. Look, none of us should have to be rich to live comfortably. Typically, you don't have to be rich to live comfortably, but you have to make enough money so that you can maintain a certain lifestyle. Seems like you angry a little bit. You seem a little angry. I'm gonna let you finish.
Let's just start there. Y'all talking about get a job. Some people do work full time, but they're only making $7.25 an hour.
That's starting.
I don't know if y'all have been watching or reading. Well, no, y'all don't know how to read. I know y'all ain't read nothing because you don't know how to read.
Yeah, we have read. We read a lot.
But there are people out here who have nothing, who are really qualified, and they apply at these jobs where they're making $20, $21 an hour plus.
That's
they
good
won't
money.
get hired. Why? Because there is a high unemployment rate right now.
Okay, well, you know what? I don't know what you want me to say. Should the rest of us have to pay for that? I mean, should the rest of us have to pay for that? Huh? I mean, you seem so convincing what you're saying, and I'm trying to let you finish, but I got to cut you off. Okay, you so convinced with your eyes all big like that. Like you just said something. You ain't saying nothing to nobody.
In order to get these benefits, you have to be employed. I don't know how many times I need to say that for you to get it. I can say it in another language if you need me to, all right? But you have to be employed to receive these benefits. Y'all know everybody's situation.
Your voice is so deep, though. That's the thing.
You do not know these people's situations.
I know a lot of the situations.
You are just jealous because you're not
ain't nobody jealous.
You don't even realize how blessed and privileged you are that you don't need it.
We ain't nobody jealous of nobody on EBT.
Everyone deserves to eat.
Obviously not.
Humans need food. Y'all are literally in my comments saying food is not a right. Y'all cannot be this opposite of that.
They need a job. That's what they need. They need a job. Yelling at my screen.
You have to be employed.
Why y'all? You better calm down. You better watch it. You know what? I don't even like you. You get up out of here, running my blood pressure up. You hear that? Talking about you have to be employed. You better go on somewhere on this on Al Gore's internet talking crazy.
I'm sick of the food stamp offense. Okay.
Well, get out of there then. Get it out.
Before I get myself worked up, I just came here to talk about how I went from literally $1,700 in food stamps for a family of 3. Okay. I don't work. I stay home every day. I'm not able to.
Now, hold on. That lady just said that you have to work to get them food stamps, and now you on here telling me you not working. Okay? Y'all need to make up y'all mind. Y'all running my blood pressure up now.
Work, so I should be getting the maximum amount. Especially because he needs cereal, chips, pop. He needs all that.
Where is his daddy at? That's what I want to know. His cereal. I want some cereal too and some pop. Where's his daddy? Why we got to pay for it? I ain't his darn daddy. Shoot. Doggone it, I can't believe that. These folks, boy.
Especially because he needs cereal, chips, pop. He needs all that. And I need energy drinks. So I'm not going to have this taking me down from that much.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are going to have
and
it.
And they took me all the way down to $120.
On November 1st, it's going to be $0.
Which they didn't even tell me why. I just got this notice in here that says they were cutting me back on food stamps.
You need a job,
so now
that's
I'm
why.
really going to have to cut back on everything. He's not going to be able to have his pop no more. He's not going to be able to have his cereal every day for breakfast and his chips that he eats all day long.
I don't even get cereal every day for breakfast.
Great, thanks.
Ain't no wow.
Thanks.
You welcome.
I used to get $740 a month for my 2 kids. And we not getting EBT no more. They took the EBT.
Bro.
They saying I gotta work 20 hours a week.
Come on, bro.
I'm not working for nobody. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, man,
this is what Americans, taxpayer, work for us. They work for me. Ooh. They gotta help me feed my fucking kids. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be quitters now. Y'all been helping us all this fucking time. Now y'all want to tap out. Get the fuck out of here. I want my EBT, yo.
You can get your ass
and I'm not working for nobody.
Where's the goddamn unemployment office phone
up? What the fuck I look like working?
You look like a man.
Is here to help. Come on. Y'all send all that money to Iraq, Ukraine. Y'all funding all these wars. When it's time to help the Americans, y'all want to fucking help us? I need my fucking EBT, yo.
I
need my money, yo.
No.
I need my fucking EBT.
You ain't gonna get it.
Stop fucking playing with me, yo.
Everybody
grab what you can. Y'all, they cut off the food stamps this morning. Government shut down, got folks losing it. Look at this. They done rushed the whole store.
Now this is AI. I want you all to know this is AI, but this is definitely entertaining.
Clearing out like it's the end of the world. You know what? Since they want to take food stamps away, I'm going to fucking Walmart. I'm going to rack up any damn thing I want. Throw this shit right in the basket. I'm going right about that bitch. Move, get the fuck out my way. I'm not paying for a damn thing. That got me fucked up.
Yeah. They say, bro, hold up now. Hold up. You ain't supposed to be on them EBT calls no way, you heard me. You know your people. Hey, bro, you better cut it out, bro. You down bad for that, bro. That's for the gals, bro. That's for your old lady in there. You ain't supposed to be out there on that EBT, bro. You need to put your hustle hand down, bro. You need to get to work.
I ain't getting a food stamp on EBT. Oh, watch this. Watch
what? You're gonna be the first. You're gonna be the one they watching. In that they gonna watch you as soon as you come in. They got all of this facial recognition. They got all y'all faces on every Walmart, everywhere, bro. You heard me?
It's about to be some bullshit.
It ain't
about to be some shit. I'm about to go on that bitch masked up. You heard me?
What? They gonna unmatch you.
Racking every damn thing off the damn shelf, throwing that shit in the basket, walking clean about it. Well, I got me fucked up, bro. It's about to be Thanksgiving, you heard me?
Bro, you don't even celebrate Thanksgiving like that, bro. You know they don't do that down there. You gonna get some melatonin, bro. You gonna go down there and get you some gumbo and some melatonin, and you gonna sit down. You heard me? That's what you gonna do. You gonna sit down, and you gonna be out there on bourbon, chilling, chillaxing, bro. You heard me? Over there under the bridge by the Nutrigram. That's where you gonna be. Chilling, because they know they looking for you. Uptown, downtown, Iberville, they looking for you. You can't even go to Metairie, bro. They looking for you. Metairie, Kenner, North Shore, they everywhere. They see you, bro. They see you, bro. Bro, they know you, bro. They see you, bro. They seen you. You done went on the internet. You done told everybody what you gonna do, bro. Why you gonna give away the plan like that, bro? You over there on Chapatulas and Magazine Street. Say, bro, you need to chill, bro. You need to calm down, bro. You need to calm down. Oh man, you need to calm down, bro. You and the other dude y'all need to chill out, bro. Chill out, bro. For real. Chill out. I'm gonna let you finish, huh?
Going at Walmart with a basket, and I'm gonna rack all kind of shit. I'm gonna throw this shit on the basket. I'm gonna walk right about that bitch. Put this shit in the car. Phew, I'm out of there. I'm out of there.
No, you gotta cut it, bro.
I'm gonna tell you like this right here. If you done got your stamps for this month, or you haven't got them yet, if you done got your stamps, or when you get your stamps for this month, don't go running trying to sell your damn stamps. Don't go running buying all that goddamn junk food.
I want you to say, brother, the people sell the damn stamps. They sell the stamps for money. This is the scammy misuse that people are tired of too. You out here selling. First of all, you got a basket full of food and you sell the rest of the darn stamps. So you can get your little weed money, okay, and your Hennessy money. Let's go ahead. And the club money. Let's keep listening.
Knickknacks and all that bullshit. Don't be trying to do nothing else other than put some grocery in that refrigerator and some grocery in that deep freezer.
And you better get some beans and rice. You better get a big bag of rice. That's what you better get. That's what you better get. Big bag of rice and the bean. Not the beans in the can. The beans you gotta let soak all day because they're stretched longer. That's what you need.
Because I'm gonna tell y'all what's happening. So
I know what
that whole rumor talk about no stamps being issued in November is a fact. Nobody in America that's in the EBT or part of the EBT program will receive food stamps in the month of November. Nowhere in the United States, if they have a government SNAP EBT program, wherever you are, they will not be issuing no benefits. Now, this is the crazy thing. I don't know if y'all really believe a lot of the stuff or if y'all reading up on it, but bro, brace yourself because it's not just November. Listen to me, it's not just November. It's not just November. They trying to phase out and get rid of food stamps just like they trying to do the Section 8, the government assistant, anything that's government assisted, programs, they trying to get rid of all of that. You see what I mean? And they telling everybody it's to save money and it's the this and it's that. That's not what it's for. That's not what it's for. Don't be no food. A lot of y'all, like I said, a lot of y'all wake up and run the social media and bullshit. Y'all receive food stamps. Y'all get some type of government assistance. Y'all better start waking up and looking what's going on around y'all. Cause like I said, You gonna wake up one day in the world in the
Bro, you just kind of rambling a little bit, bro. So we gonna go on to somebody else. You just rambling. I need you to get to the point.
Because it just shows that y'all grandparents ain't teach y'all a damn
What you
thing.
mean?
Y'all
Why you
grandparents
bring my
ain't teach y'all to
grandparents?
be rational and use your fucking resources. Like, I can't remember a time that
Language.
my grandparents went to a fucking grocery store to buy a turkey for Thanksgiving. We would.
Now, I don't want you to do your eyes like that, because that's distracting. Okay, your forehead is already very big, and when you do your eyes like that, that's not the best look for you. Okay, I'm not being judgmental. I'm just saying, you do that, that's not a good look. Okay, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish. I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish talking. All right, but go ahead.
Focus hope. Like, we made shit work. The couple $100 that they was giving her for food stamps to feed a family of 5, $200 a month wasn't doing a damn thing.
Make it
Y'all
stretch.
know how to buy in bulk. I know y'all do, because y'all shop at Sam's Club and Costco. I know y'all do. So it shouldn't be no way.
They need to go to Dollar Tree.
That
That's where they need to go. In the
are
99
going
cents.
hungry and missing meals just because they cut off EBT. Somebody ain't teach y'all to rob Paul to pay Peter, or rob Peter to pay Paul, however that saying go. Even when they did cut off my food stamps, I haven't had food stamps in years. Did the food stop? No.
Food kept
Is it
coming.
hard to buy groceries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you just gotta shop smart.
Or get a job. A job would be helpful. Jobs are good.
Different stores, go to different places, use your resources. It's not that hard. Shouldn't nobody be going hungry just because they cut off EBT.
If you're worried about the stoppage of food stamps in the next 2 weeks, you need to listen to this video. This is going to cause a major ripple effect in American society, not just with households and not just with small businesses, but local economies at large.
Yeah, it's true.
Families are going to start skipping meals. You're going to be practicing how to fast without even trying to practice how to fast. Local food banks will see numbers at large, huge lines outside of their building. And crime is going to skyrocket. Looting.
A lot of petty crime is going to happen. Y'all watch your back. Watch your back.
It's going to be something that is also in the forecast as well. But how does this impact the Black community? Fortunately, this will cause an end to immediate food security. Now, this is something that we're not new to. In slavery, when it came to scarcity, we lived off the slop in the trash.
Okay.
Most of the time. I mean, just think about it. Black people have turned trash into delicacy. What do you think?
But you say instead of getting a job, we supposed to live off trash? How about we just take over some of these jobs? They send a lot of these immigrants home, just get you a lawnmower, go cut you some grass, $20 or $30 a pop. You know what I'm saying? You can have some money. Why we got to eat out of the trash? Why we got to go back 300 years to slavery? Why can't we just use our tools like social media, etc., to make money? Why can't we do that? Why can't we be innovative? Why can't we use this as a challenge? Why we got to always go back to slavery? There's no group of people on this planet that haven't been enslaved. I'm just saying. You know, why can't we? I mean, okay, how about we go back to the time of Reconstruction, where we built schools and we came together and we pooled our resources, et cetera, et cetera. Why we got to go back to slavery? Why is everything slavery? I'm just saying. But go ahead, brother.
Soul food is. If you Black and you worried about this, please don't, because we have a community, and our community will speak and come together when the time is right. That's why you're not seeing us move. We're waiting on each and every one of us to get the message.
Well, see, the problem is this, brother. A lot of Black men, when we had a community, we had Black men, we had Black women, we had Black children, we had extended family members. But, you know, over the past 60 years, and I'm going to speak for some of the brothers, there's a lot of brothers here, and they will tell me if I'm wrong, okay? But the brothers have suffered a lot of disrespect because, you know, a lot of ladies, when presented with the opportunity to, you know, educate themselves, and, you know, they got the degrees and they got their good federal job, and, you know, then they were able to get welfare in the form of EBT and Section 8 and whatever else. You know, they weren't just, you know, quiet about it. They then thereafter commenced to refer to Black men, telling us we were dusty. Not me per se. some black women ran their men off and then said, oh no, he's just a deadbeat dad. And, you know, and even at the point where he tried to move on, some women made those men's life hard. And then when the kids grow up, guess what? They, some tried to turn the children against the father. Okay, I'm not saying all, but the bottom line is it's hard to have a community when you have members of the community that don't get along. So again, the difference between now and then is you got a lot of black men who saying, I am really not trying to help people who now need me after they've been talking about me for years. Here's another thing. You got a lot of black women, a lot of good women, and they got sisters and relatives that have made their life a horror story. Like a lot of black women, they did the right thing. They stayed out of trouble. They weren't promiscuous. They went to school. They got good jobs. They stayed stable. They budgeted. And then they got this sister or this cousin who just was out there cutting up and acting a fool. And now you want that black woman who was responsible to turn around and be a community member with another black woman who wasn't responsible, even if they are family members. So you got black people who are responsible, both men and women, saying, nah, I'm not coming in to save these folks. So this is where that community concept has changed over the past 60 or 70 years. I'm just saying. Don't get mad at me, okay? I'm just saying. All right, and I think there's a lot of black people on here listening. They like, nah, you know, and here's the other thing you got to understand. In 1965, when we had those welfare programs come into place, 60% of the black population lived below the poverty line. So now we have a situation where here we are in 2025, 17.1% of black people live below the poverty line. So you're expecting the other 83% of black people to reach back into the ghetto and take care of Pookie and Ray Ray and Shaniqua and their kids. Oh, I'm just saying, you want these snooty black people who who are pulling up in their Mercedes Benzes and their BMWs to take in Pookie and Ray Ray, because Pookie and Ray Ray do a lot of robbing and stealing and gangbanging, and Shanique will do a lot of cussing loud and talking stuff. You want these uppity black people, right? Because the boule, remember, anybody who has a few nickels to rub together, and that's that 80% of black men and women, 80% of black men and women, black people who reached middle class, upper middle class, who are rich. We supposed to stay focused. In the 60 years since these programs have been in place, we managed to go from having a 60% below poverty rate to a 17% below poverty rate. And you want that 80% to turn around, 83% to turn around and help these folk who you have spoken to time and time again at every family reunion. You try to take their kids, you say, hey, you need to, but you can't tell them how to raise their kids. You can't tell them nothing, okay? And you laughed along with them as you sipped your little drink at the family reunion or the funeral when Big Mama died or Auntie died, and you laughed, and then you hop back in your Benz and your BMW. You went on back to your lifestyle, and now here we are in 2025, and the chickens have coming home to roost. The karma has come back. The loop has happened. And they want you now to come in. But I don't know if the community thing is going to work. I'm just saying. It's just me, just observation. I'm just observing from the perspective of people who are like me, that 80% of black people who are doing pretty darn good, the 1.7 million, 1,700,000 millionaires, the middle class black men, 60% of middle class, black men reach middle class. By the time they see the black women who have bust their butt to do well for themselves, they're not trying to go help take care of their female cousins' bastard kids. You got black women, they got sisters, they know damn well they don't want them bad kids up there in their nice pledge. She going through her white couch era right now. You think she want little Keon and Chaquanita and Shaquisha sitting on her nice white, sleeping on her white leather couch? Them kids pee in the bed. Hell no, they can't even come over. No, girl, I don't think. No, we busy. I'm That's what's gonna happen. So I don't know if the community is still there, but I'm gonna let you finish.
A lot of people won't be able to see it, but I see it. And I know that if I see a brother or a sister during that time that's struggling, please come to my house and have a plate. We will figure this out together. But crime will not be the answer to any of this.
Hold on, you just open your door and everybody can come to your house. What's this brother's address? I'm coming over there. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have my menu. I'm gonna pre-pick my menu. We just all gonna show up at your house, but that's very idealistic of you, okay? But in reality, I don't think that's a very effective plan. I mean, it's shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. I feel like you're sincere, and if you all know this brother, y'all make sure y'all go on over his house and eat all the food that he has. Don't leave anything. Scrape the pot and leave. That's what I want you to do until he realizes how this was probably not a good idea. But we're gonna go ahead and
you have to let these white people in these neighborhoods. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Rich white people in rich communities use food stamp cards. That should tell you that obviously they're not making enough money to live with the Joneses. They got these big ass houses and driving these
rich white people. All the rich white people on food stamps. Brother, are you sure, brother? Are you sure the rich white people on food stamps? I don't know. I don't know if they got the black card and the EBT card. I don't know. I don't know, brother. Maybe your perception of what rich is off. Maybe I'm just saying, maybe you just assume all white people are rich. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's something you need to think about. But God bless you, brother. Keep going.
X7 Beamers as if they really doing it, living beyond their means. This is who this is truly going to impact. I made a video
rich white
days ago talking about why
black rich white people going to be affected by these EBT cards shut down. I don't know, brother. I'm gonna respectfully disagree with you.
People aren't moving into action.
What's going on with somebody else? Go ahead, because brother just rambling a little bit. Let's see what else somebody else.
Y'all need to quit fucking. Y'all need to quit fucking because
what you mean?
The way y'all so scared about these food stamps not being around, a lot of y'all hoes will not be able to take care of y'all kids. The government just poof and went away.
Poof. She said poof. Go ahead. Did she say y'all need to stop effing? Is that what she said? Go ahead.
Because y'all too scared for me. If the government didn't feed me today, I would eat today.
We know you gonna eat, girl, baby. We know you gonna eat good too. We can tell. I can tell. Something tells me that you gonna eat good. Something tells me that you gonna eat.
And I'm not boasting or bragging because, bitch, I done got food stamps, been on food stamps in the past, and will get them bitches again if I need it.
Your lashes look like you're doing good for yourself.
Same time, like when you have children, that's the government assistance should not be the only way that you can take care of your children. You need to be able to provide for them in case the government shut down like what it's doing right now. All that relying all your parents on the government is just crazy.
You think she ain't gonna let nobody live at her house? I can tell you that right now. See, she's one of the ones I'm telling you about. She got all food. You think she gonna let some of her cousins and relatives come live with her after she told them that they was hiring down at the local Jack in Box and the Piggly Wiggly, and that if they took a little training, they get a little job. She ain't hired. She ain't helping.
You shouldn't be okay. They're not gonna provide. Why your first option is you gotta steal?
Why your first option you gotta steal? I don't know why they first option that they gotta steal, baby. Go ahead.
Rockhead asshole, go get you some skills.
Rockhead ass, harsh rockhead ass. Oh God.
So this shit happen again, you won't have to fucking feel like you gotta go risk your freedom for some fucking food.
Yeah, because she got food. I can see now she ain't gonna starve. Now, the thing is, it's a lot of people that got a lot to say about this. There's a lot of opinions about, folk, and they are not really that sympathetic. Okay, I'm just saying.
Having an aneurysm over people losing their food stamps on November 1st.
Why, Karen?
Come push it go by faster. One of you. This what I pick.
Not a vegetable in sight. Not a vegetable in sight. Ooh. Prize. Oh, $382.
How about this instead? If you're on food stamps, you get a pre-selected box of meat, bread, rice, food staples, and fruits and vegetables. No more handing you a debit card filled with other people's cash for you to go load up on Oreos.
Yeah,
the goal here is to keep you from starving because taxpayers do not need to bankroll your junk food pantry or your health problems.
I know damn well the rich ass black community ain't crying over food stamp benefits and welfare money. I just know the rich ass, designer wearing ass, trip taking, wig wearing, nail wearing, lash
Cadillac driving,
3 chains on, Rick Owens stepping,
airplane flying,
Balenciaga stepping, new shoe drop stepping.
Woo!
1942 and Don Julio buying.
Yeah, y'all do
big
be
timing. Black community and crying over no motherfucker.
And crying, because I mean, she right. She got a good point. We out here stunting and flossing like we got it. You got it, huh? You got it. You got it. Your kid got all the new Jordans on. Your kid is rolling, but you got them food stamps. You be flossing, taking videos of your basket full of food. Now you crying. Baby. Go ahead, baby girl. Go ahead.
Food stamps.
And I'm gonna tell you, she ain't letting nobody live with her. See her right here? This one right here. You better not call her up with all them kids talking about can we come stay with you this week until your check comes. No. This is what I'm talking about.
And welfare money. Next month.
I'm sitting there realizing something, man. With them talking about canceling the SNAP benefits and the programs and stuff, and people gonna get their benefits for November 1st, it's gonna hurt the American people. Yes, it is, especially women with children or men with children who actually depend on these programs to help them out. But you know who's really gonna hurt, guys?
Who's gonna hurt?
It's gonna hurt them damn grocery stores for the holidays because they won't be able to sell their product. You gotta think about this, man.
Right,
a lot of those stores, they stock their shelves full of fresh products. They put all that old ass stuff in front and put the new stuff in back because they know the first is coming. Nobody's gonna be paying attention to the dates on the food. They're just gonna be throwing stuff in the carts happy.
Somebody said they got a bunch of Balenciaga beggars.
You realize that it's gonna hurt those stores, the truck drivers.
Louis Vuitton losers. Oh, no.
The economy, everything. It's not gonna just hurt the people who do not get the benefits, guys. This is way bigger than that. All those store giants are going to be hurt. You see the steaks cost $80 for 2 steaks.
$80.
Those steaks is going to be down to $1.99 next month.
I can't wait. I'm going to get in line and be right there getting me some T-bones and some bone-in steaks. You got to drop the price. Okay, Keisha can't buy them no more. All the prices are going to get lower. They charging $54 for a bone-in T-bone steak. I'm getting my own. I'm going to cook it in my backyard. Okay, but the prices need to drop. Y'all got a little too high.
I promise you. Just watch and see, man.
I'm watching.
They think they're hurting you, but watch what's going to happen. Just pay close attention to everything that's going on around you. You know what they say, when you walk into a room, you have to read the room when you walk in. Don't just walk in and just be dumb as hell. Walk in and read the room and see what's going on. Wait till next month when people don't get those benefits. Watch what happens to those stores, man. Watch how everything goes on sale. That meat gonna sit there.
Walmart has been making millions of dollars a week, a month off of EBT. Okay, because that's who shops.
You know, fruits and vegetables don't hold up at all.
You know they ain't buying no goddamn fruits and vegetables. Stop lying. You know they are not. They are buying bags of French fries and pre-cooked chicken wings, sir. You know that.
Longer period of time. And those rich people, they ain't finna be buying that stuff.
You sitting there talking about rich people and you got a big old chain. Why don't you sell that chain to help these poor people? That's what you need to do. So,
you know why?
Because
rich people don't shop on the 1st of the month, man.
So
I'm gonna tell you something, man. It's gonna be okay, man. All of y'all panicking, thinking y'all ain't gonna get y'all stamps and this and that. Everything's gonna be okay.
I don't know about
that. Word, man. Thanks for watching.
He's hopeful. He said everything's gonna be all right. I don't know if everything's gonna be all right, brother. I don't know if everything is going to be all right. But what I do know is a lot of people with different backgrounds with a lot of opinions.
Us taxpayers fund. And now that the government is shut down and there's a possibility that you're not going to get your food stamps for November, you then come on this app and threaten to...
It's not a possibility, baby girl. They are not going to get their food stamps on the 1st. Okay, and it's a Saturday too. Ooh, that's the day they go shopping. Nah,
go steal and beat up loss prevention if they try to stop you. Why would you want to go attack innocent people? Why would you want to go put that on other people that don't deserve it?
Because they're entitled.
Okay, and then you say that you're willing to do whatever it takes to feed your family.
Except get a job. They're willing to do everything it takes to feed their family except get a job. Explain that. That don't make sense. Okay, that does not make sense.
Then go get a job.
That's what I was saying.
Because guess what? You go steal, it's just going to ruin your record. You're going to end up in jail. Your kids are going to go to foster care or family, possibly go to prison.
But see, they feel vindicated because they feel justified because they've been led to believe that they're entitled to these things. They feel like they're owed something. Okay, so that's why they don't mind crashing out, going to jail. They feel justified. I'm justified in doing it. That's how warped. That's what happens when you give people things for free. Okay, the minute you take it away from them, they feel like something's being taken away from them. White supremacy, racism, white privilege. The minute white privilege is taken away, right? You feel like something's being taken away from them. That's what we're dealing with. But let's go ahead. Back on.
And then what? Us taxpayers are still funding your food and your housing while you're in jail or prison.
At least they'll be working.
Why would you want to go to that? Like,
what makes
make that make sense?
There's no sense in it, Becca Line.
Yes, I get that you're worried that you're not going to be able to get your food stamps, but go get a job.
They don't.
Instead of
I can't talk.
Making your threats online, you could use that time to fill out applications and get a job so that you could feed your family and do whatever it takes.
You don't get what I just said.
That seems more logical to me than
You're
go
using
steal,
logic.
ruin your record, end up in jail or prison, lose your kids, and then what?
Worry about them kids.
Come on, let's do better.
What's wrong?
I don't have food stamps.
You crying because he said you don't have food stamps?
I do have food stamps at home.
You do have food stamps at home?
Yeah.
But there's no reason to cry, okay?
That is a reason to cry. That baby's got the right idea.
Listen, whatever y'all do not steal. Do not steal. If you steal, he's going to have to control us somehow. You know how he's going to do that? By enforcing martial law, which means
Look at these folks. What are they doing in there? What are they doing?
Y'all complaining about Trump taking away SNAP. Just go and buy them groceries with cash like I do. Or people actually joking like, haha, now y'all gotta buy groceries with cash like we do. Aha. How is that funny? It's literally single moms out here, you know.
I thought everybody bought groceries with cash. You got to have a job to get the cash or some source of income, right?
That has kids that...
I'm not too worried because...
Why you not worried?
If I ever go broke, I'm gonna
and why
take your money. If I ever go hungry, I'm robbing. I'm looting up all types of supermarkets.
You ain't gonna do nothing. Your eyelashes is gonna get in the way of you seeing what the plan is. That's what you gonna do. You cut it out. All these tough ass women on the internet. I'm gonna rob this. You ain't gonna do nothing. Okay, that's what. Cut it out. Stop trying to be tough.
Like I'm not that worried because like. I'm just gonna join the crimes. Like,
no, you're not. You're gonna join the jailhouse.
Respectfully, I'm really gonna just join the crimes. I'm gonna go get the little Scully, put it on, and just
they gonna know
hop on the line of thieves.
They're gonna say, "Look at this little torta." They're gonna know it's you, baby. They're gonna know you by your dirty Chuck Taylor tennis shoes. That's what they're gonna know.
Because, yeah. My kids are not going hungry.
I borrowed my sister's food stamps. And guess what? I spent $300. No.
My sister gets $3,600 in food stamps, so it's okay. You get $3,600 a month for food stamps? Damn, that's a lot of eating that you're doing out there. That's a lot of eating that you're doing. Damn, that's enough to feed a barn full of animals. $4,000, and that's a lot. Damn. Golly.
I told her to not be paying attention. Anyways, she was there cooking in my house, taking my food, okay? So I went ahead and I grabbed her food stamp card because guess what? Next month with the whole government shut down, we're not getting food stamp, guys. Okay? Just saying. So I have to take advantage, and I bought like $300 worth of like meat, chicken.
Shout out to Roger Marie. So you out here taking food stamps from your sister. That's not going to create a trusting relationship, ma'am. I'm just pointing that out. It's not going to be very trusting. Not you taking the food stamps.
Name it, okay? So yeah, too bad, so sad. She's probably looking for me because she's been blowing up my phone. Like, where are you? I'm like, I'm gonna go shower, but that was like an hour ago. So she's probably like looking for me right now. So yes, I'm so excited. No one told her. Oh, and by the way, I didn't know her PIN number just because a few months ago I went with her shopping and I was like making sure I knew the PIN.
Oh, so you
PIN. So you know what? I grabbed that card, girl. Oh yeah. Okay. Goodbye.
Oh, you shady out here. You out here taking the food stamps from your sister. That's a little bit on the shady side. You know what I mean? Like, golly, $300 you ain't even ask. You probably let her live over there with you, and now you just turn around taking the food stamps. But you know, people got a lot to say. You know.
If I see you making videos about how your kids won't have a Thanksgiving this year because you're about to lose your SNAP benefits, but you have your hair done, your nails done, your lashes done, your lips done, and your forehead is frozen as well, then it has nothing to do with the fact that you're losing these benefits and you can't feed your kids.
Now y'all know that Susan here doesn't care. Susan, we know you don't care. Okay?
It's just that your kids aren't your priority. I am sick of hearing this narrative. Now, do SNAP benefits affect a certain portion of the population for people who genuinely need these benefits? Yes.
I want you to understand, this little white girl is talking to black people because that's the stereotype. Even they believe that the majority is black people on food stamps, which the reality is the majority white people. But she's speaking with a chest, okay? She's saying, "Well, I'm sick. I am sick. Sick of you black people. I'm sick of you people using my husband works 68 hours a week, okay? And you know, sick." Go ahead. I bet she see like that. Look at her little eyes, close set eyes like that. One of them, look at them eyes a little too close in her head. It look like that one on the right is looking in like that. They supposed to be more in the middle. But go ahead, baby girl. Go ahead. Go on, say what you're gonna say.
And I feel awful for those people. But my thing is,
no, you don't.
The amount of people who are on our benefit system through the government that genuinely need it because they have no other way of providing food and a shelter and benefits for their kids. It is such a small amount of people. Such a small amount of people. The majority of the people who are riding this system have been doing it for life, and they don't know anything else. They don't know any other way to live life other than to live off of government-assisted benefits.
She is really, she is feeling herself. Let's get you out of here and fine. Let's see who else we got. Let's see. Look at this one. This is a good one.
I got 9 kids.
9
babies. And I want to know why they ain't put my food stuff on their car. I done been waiting, I done did my application. And I got 3 handicapped babies. I need to know why my food stamps ain't on my car. This is not right, this ain't fair. I don't care about no shutdown or none of that. But I've been calm, I've been calling, everybody ignoring me. I've been 3, 4, 5 times. I want to know why ain't my food stamps on my car. I got 9 babies to feed. This girl been waiting all this time. Ma'am, I done been called, I done been down here, and I'm tired. Sad.
That's the reality right there, man.
I done been there, did all.
But I like the way her wig matches the red trim on her little dashiki dress. That's pretty cool, though. Go ahead.
They still ain't put my food stamps on because of the shutdown. This is not fair. I'm tired, I done did all that. Now I need to know what the supervisor or somebody. I need somebody to help me.
The only supervisor that can help you is Donald Trump, and he ain't trying to help nobody.
I got 9 kids to feed. 9 kids.
Where them kids? Them kids need to go back with where them kids' parents at? Okay. Them parents and dropped them kids off and you took them. It ain't gonna work.
Oh, make mine. I'm taking care of other people's kids. I'm old, I'm tired, I got arthritis.
Arthritis.
I'm tired of coming back and forth.
out here about my food stamp.
They're not your food stamps. Maybe they were the government's food stamps, and the government has said no more. That's what happened.
I had an appointment now. They told me my card money supposed to be on my card. It ain't on there yet.
It ain't gonna be on there. Baby, it ain't gonna be on there, baby. You're not gonna get the food stamps. Okay, I'm sorry to say. All right, come on in the back. Come on now. Come on out of here.
Y'all gotta fix this now.
They ain't gonna fix it.
I don't have nothing to do with that shutdown. I'm stressed out. I'm a single mama and I'm helping other people kids. Now I need my stamps now. I ain't gonna keep going through this. I'm already going through a lot.
There ain't nothing you can do about it. What you gonna do about it? They ain't gonna put the stamps on it. There ain't nothing you can do about it, baby. Ain't nothing. You just calm down. Calm down. Get them kids back. You're gonna have to get them kids back. Take care of all them kids. Okay? All them people, all them kids ain't yours in the first place. You got to get them kids back. I'm just saying. Okay, and calm down. I don't want you out here stroking out, popping a blood vessel out here. Seriously.
Okay, now this is my 5th time coming down. I had an interview and all.
You come down here 5 more times. Ain't gonna be no stamps on the card. Didn't you see the news? The man said there ain't gonna be no more stamps. Huh? I'm just saying.
Now this ain't fair how y'all doing people. This ain't fair.
It wasn't.
I done been all right there. Y'all done did my interview and all that. I still ain't got my stamps.
You ain't gonna get the stamps.
Still ain't got my stamps. Y'all done let the people shut down the government. Now they ain't gonna give me my stamps.
So sad.
They're not your stamps. They're not your stamps. That's not your stamps, baby girl. That's not your stamps.
And I don't want to go to jail. So that's where I'm going next when it comes to these babies. Now I gotta go steal and shit. Now I gotta go steal food to put it.
You ain't got to steal, baby. You get them kids back. Get them kids back to their parents and be like, I can't do this no more. Come get your kids. Come on, get your kids. And I did the best I could. And ease on up out of there, baby. You stressed out now. It ain't all your kids. And you look like you know, your kids should be about grown. You look like, I mean, I'm not, I'm just saying, black don't crack, but to me, you look mature. And so your kids should be grown. Them some grandkids. You talk about maybe some grandkids. You need to get them grandkids, them great grandkids back to them cousins and the mamas. That's what need to happen. They need to take care of their own kids.
Y'all ain't got no boxes of food here? Y'all ain't got no food to give me?
They ain't got no food to give you there, baby. That is not a food shelter. Okay, that is the EBT office.
Y'all don't have nothing to give me?
No.
Don't be recording me, Mel. Don't be
Why
recording
ain't these people
me.
placed like that?
Don't record me.
You can't be out there cutting up and acting a fool like that and think people not gonna record you. Of course, they're gonna record you. Okay, this is the age of video entertainment. People are looking at you and saying, "Oh man, glad I ain't you." You understand what I'm saying? This is what people are. I'm just saying it's a sad situation, but again, folk don't really care. They really, really, really don't care.
Everyone is thinking, I don't care that you're losing your food stamps. I don't care that you're losing your free medical. I don't care that you are losing your free housing. Now y'all.
She does not care. You hear me? See them silicone implant lips, Botox. She don't care. That one eyebrow's up a little too high. That's distracting. She don't care though. A little painted on eyebrow lady does not care.
Y'all are just getting a taste of what every other person is going through. I should not have to pay to feed you and your 9 children. I'll be the selfish one. My kid comes first in my eyes, not you. I'm going to give you a prime example of how broken this freaking system is. My son was in a very, very severe motorcycle accident involving a tow truck. We were in the hospital for almost a month. As a single mom with no support, and before any of you come at me about the single mom thing, no, I didn't expect myself to be a single mother, but you know what? Shit happens. Being a single mother with no freaking support, that is a month, actually over a month of lost wages over something that was completely out of our control. I was told by case management in the hospital, hey, the only way that your city is going to offer you any type of assistance is if you have an eviction notice. The only way that you're going to get help paying your bills because of these lost wages, because of an emergent situation, is if you have a shutoff notice.
You know,
this is how broken the system is.
You know the system too well. You tried to use the system, couldn't use it. Now you're mad. Go ahead.
I work over 40 hours a week. And you're telling me that I'm paying into a system that I cannot benefit from?
No.
But you want to come on the internet and bitch and complain about losing your free benefits that you've probably been on for 10 plus years on a brand new phone? We are sick of it. We're done. We're sick of it. We don't feel sorry for you at all. Because now you're just getting a small taste of what all of us have been going through for years. So here's an idea. Instead of continuing to pop out children that you cannot afford, get a condom and a job. Because the average American is sick of supporting.
Oh, she said get a condom and a job. Oh, man, they are hitting hard. Ooh, it looked like they've been waiting to say these things to folk. They just have been waiting and waiting and waiting for years and years and years to say what they want to say. And they saying it. They are saying it right now.
Because I thought my food stamps were supposed to be loading, and there's nothing on there. So I reached out to the office, and there's a recording that says, due to the government shutdown, all benefits are placed on hold, and no money will be loading. So I had a cart full of stuff because I just assumed it was going to be on there like it always is. And I'm not 100% sure. So then I called over to the housing office about the rent check, and they told me the same thing. It says, due to government shutdown, all funding has been stopped. Rent payment, please reach out to your landlord, as rent payments will not be funded for at least the month of October. Anyone else having this problem?
Everybody's gonna be having this problem soon. Everybody that's on the EBT, okay, because they're not out here playing. It's a whole different place that we're in right now. Okay, we're different. Okay, but let's keep listening to the people.
Getting cut off. Don't look at it as a down thing. Look at it as an up thing.
That's right.
Talking about Thanksgiving ain't gonna be the same. It shouldn't be. We eat that shit all year anyway. Put the dumplings down. The turkey don't need all that. Grandma every year get a goddamn foot cut off. Every generation.
Lord.
Don't goddamn care about that shit. You better stretch that goddamn food. You better stretch that food. I ain't telling the kids they gonna be all right. Half the time them kids don't even be wanting all that food. It be us. The grown folk. It be us. They be wanting all that mac and cheese and shit. Put it down. We done.
Y'all been fucking around and fucking over the stamps
for
the past 3 decades.
Language.
When I was a little boy, y'all selling them and shit. They had the books and shit. Used to have the books. You gotta have the books and shit. Y'all came to Miss Page's house, selling the stamps. Yeah, y'all was selling the stamps. Now you have to understand, majority.
You out here snitching and telling. Why you telling on people like that? You know that's a federal crime. You trying to get people put in jail. Out here telling what these folk are doing. You snitching and telling, sir, just because you got a job.
Rules the world. So if people wasn't fucking this shit over so much,
the language too,
80, 70%, 90%, but I would say probably 70 or 80% fucking over this shit. This is why it's a problem. This is why you have to shut shit down so you can try to figure out and get the shit right. This is why. Because if it wasn't a problem,
they gonna shut it down and they ain't coming back.
Fucked over. You selling stamps, the children hungry in the motherfucker. Y'all getting cash consideration. The shit not getting spent on kids. Y'all doing some dirty shit. Y'all doing dirty shit, boy. All right.
Oh my God, they cut my food stamps. I don't know what I'm gonna do. They cut my food stamps. That's crazy.
What you gonna do?
Hey, do your uncle still be stealing food?
Sir. Boy, you see that, man? Do your uncle still? Why can't we just get a job? How about some job? Let's take a look at this. I like this.
If you know what you're looking at right now,
what we're looking at, brother?
What's happening in America right now?
Tell us.
It's the fall of the African American hood rat.
Oh Lord.
We're witnessing it. The fall of the Section 8 queen, the fall of the food stamp queen,
you've been waiting for this day,
fall of the welfare queen. I spoke on this.
Speak on it.
Months ago.
Wow.
In the 8 days after the inauguration on who President Trump was coming for and what he was doing it for.
Say it.
This for us, kings. This for us, black men. They putting the black man back at the head of the household.
No, bro, don't nobody want no hood rat with 4 or 5 kids to take care of, bro. Ain't nobody trying to take them. We don't want to be the head of that household, brother. We don't want to be the head of that household. We do not want to be the head of a household with 9 kids and a woman fresh off of food stamps. Okay, we don't want to be that. Okay, we do not want that blood pressure-ridden household to be the head of, sir. I'm just saying. And those of us who know better, ain't had nothing to do with it. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
If you can stand under the pressure of manhood, he giving us our families back.
We don't want them families. We do not want Pookie and Ray Ray's children out here throwing up on our Cadillac Escalade seats, okay? And dropping them little crumbs. We don't want all them kids. We don't want to be the head of that household, sir. Respectfully. You start some new households with some new women, okay, who weren't on food stamps. That's what we want. But go ahead.
Many of us, it's a wash. But for the generations coming after us, he's putting the man back in his rightful place as head of the household. I told you, and now we're here. The fall of the African American hood rat is upon us.
The fall of the African American hood rat upon us. Oh man, yes. The truth is, a lot of brothers. Now I'm gonna say this. I want you to listen to me. Okay, there are a lot of black men who are, I got to be careful with my adjectives here. There are a lot of black men who are not sad that, because we're dusty, right? They're not sad. Us dusty black men, what they call us, what do they call us? They chose the bear. Where's the bear? Well, I want to know where the bear is. They chose the bear, and they said that black men were like bullet bags and all these horrible things. So we are not unhappy. Not me. I ain't like that. But there's a lot of black men who are not unhappy that these lovely ladies are getting their comeuppance. Okay. Now, for some of you all are saying stuff like, well, these women didn't have their children by themselves. I want you to listen, look at what the brother was saying, and then look at some of these little stories right here.
With twins by my cousin baby daddy. She thought shit was sweet. Yeah, I got my get back, boo. You got pregnant by my baby dad. Now look at me, pregnant by yours times 2.
Yeah, so they just playing the game out there. Getting pregnant and playing the game. You understand what I'm saying?
I know firsthand that when these kids are used by their parents from getting government assistance for them, by the time they're 18, they have nothing to give these children. I know that firsthand. I know someone who lives in a studio apartment after using her kids. I know firsthand that when these kids are used by their parents from getting government assistance for them, by the time they're 18, they have nothing to give these children. I know that firsthand. I know someone who lives in a studio apartment after using her kids.
Okay. So again,
since we talking about canceling the party, yes, I canceled the party or tried to cancel the party because Since you told Juanita that Macia canceled the party, I tried to cancel the party because bitches is funny acting with my kids. And
they're your kids, so you need to take care of them, right? But somebody type my kids. It's a lot of black. We've heard of that. A lot of men heard these are my kids. Well, take care of your kids then. But go ahead.
Didn't invite or wouldn't pay for my kids at TJ's party. She didn't want my kids to be at TJ party, so she said she wasn't going to pay for them. So, bitch, I'm going to cancel your son's party. Fuck do you mean? Stop playing with me. And you didn't want.
Okay, so we see. So again, my whole point of proving this is that a lot of us talk about how we speak as though
what funny?
We speak as though women are just poor innocent victims and they had nothing to do with their pregnancy. Come to find out, we just saw one woman said she was getting back at her friend or sister for having a baby. She had a baby with her baby daddy, her best friend. You understand what I'm saying? So look, they think this is a game. This is all a game.
What am I done with a cane for? Cause I'm trying to see where the fuck Marcus is. Baby, put the cane down. I ain't finna put shit down. Where Marcus is? I've been calling his phone and he ain't answering the phone. And then his baby tell me let's step outside. His baby needs some pampers. You tell him that.
Notice how it's his baby. I want you all to listen to me. Ladies, listen. It's his baby when it's time to pay for something. It's my baby when it's time to exact control. Just listen to the language.
His baby needs some pampers.
Baby, his baby.
First of all, why would you think Mark is in here? I tracked that motherfucker, and I know his ass over here. Hey! I don't give a damn who you gonna call. You need to go get that.
Keep in mind, all of this activity and behavior has been empowered by EBT and welfare and Section 8. This is what that brother was saying, death of the American hood rat, okay? All of this has been empowered by the federal government, okay?
You need to go get this damn baby dad out of there. Cause I'm tired of this shit. I get so fucking sick of y'all. He ain't here, baby. Yeah, he here. He not here. He is here. Let me tell you something. Why is his car right there? How long? How many months is that baby? It's 7 months old. Where is he at? No, Marcus ain't got. You got the wrong Marcus, baby. I ain't got the wrong shit. Look at the damn baby. The proof is right here. You can't see? No, baby, I'm blind. Well, probably you need to go get Marcus so you can put him up beside his head so you can know what this his damn baby. You call him. I'm trying to figure out what you got a cane for. Cause I'm gonna knock your ass out if you think you finna play with me or this little. It's hotter than a motherfucker out here, and you need to go get Marcus out. I don't know what you
So you was bringing the kids over here?
No, I needed to come and get something. My kids didn't want to come.
My kids.
What you mean the kids didn't want to come?
They didn't want to come. Like, what do you mean?
My kids.
My kids need to come over here and see me. I'm trying to see my kids.
No, I don't want my kids to come over here.
Why you don't want the kids to come over here? Kids always something.
Kids. I don't want them over here.
They not my. So they just your kids, not my kids. I don't want to.
Yeah, they're your kids, but I'm not comfortable with my kids being around you right now. I don't even want them nowhere near you.
Now I know it's a lot. We're gonna take a little break. I know it's a lot of brothers out here. I know a lot of you brothers are listening. You've been triggered by these videos. Just breathe. It's forcing you to relive some trying moments in your life. I want you brothers to breathe. Okay, just breathe. We'll get through this together. Okay, but this is the world that EBT and welfare has sponsored. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Okay.
First of all, you can't keep my kids away from me. So is it my kids don't want to see me, or you don't want to see my kids?
I don't want my kids to see you.
No, you need to go. You need to go back.
Quite some time before you even see them.
You need to go back and get the kids. You're not coming in the house without the kids, kid. You need to go get my kids. I need to see my kids.
I'm not going to go get them. They over there with see now. They are good. I don't want my kids over here. You probably won't see them again for quite some time, to be honest. Like, I just don't want them around you.
So you got my kids at the house with C now, but you here.
Daddy, because he got her son stuff to school stuff at Walmart.
I gave it to him when I dropped him out earlier. Have you seen you brought him? In jail, shaking that but you can go to Wait. What I do, girl? I know.
What's going on?
Woo-saw, brothers. Woo-saw. Calm down.
You school cause she still mad at you?
What you got him for?
Look at what? I bought his stuff. What the fuck are these?
Little Nike.
Goddamn old granddad That's how.
So just so you know, she's angry because dad took the child shopping and he went to an outlet to get like Nike shoes and he got some stuff from the outlet. So she's angry about that. Okay. Again, this is the environment that EBT has created. Okay. This is what the gentleman was saying. This is the death of the modern American hood rat type. This is the mentality of entitlement. Okay. Let's keep listening.
You got but I mean,
I want you all to keep in mind this is a very small percentage of the Black community. However, it is a vocal part of the Black community. And unfortunately for us, the cameras put these images on. The cameras are always focused on this aspect of the Black community. This is what's considered being Black in modern day.
He ain't got a pass. He ain't got no pass. What
All right.
Tighter, wider.
Let's keep on pushing.
You got draws like this.
Forward.
We do the same draws. Skid mark draws.
Let's move forward. Triggering.
And I'm recording this shit, so you can act the fool if you want to, because this is going straight to court. Let's go, Quan.
Don't touch my son. He is with me.
Let's go, Quan.
And snatch him from me if you want to.
Let's go, Quan. Exchange time is 6 o'clock. It is 6:20. He's not in your custody. If you want to file a police report, you can.
I am.
Me and him is leaving.
Yeah. No, he's going to leave when the police officer escorts him to you.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
And this is what I'm going to ask. This is what I'm explaining to the court.
And see, again, this is the power that EBT, see, along with the police officers and whatnot, she wouldn't be talking all this stuff if she needed this man for money and you know, to help provide a place to stay. But because she has Big Daddy government as a husband, you know, she's able to exercise all this undue control and exercise and be as unreasonable as she's being. Okay. And this is the environment that has been fostered in the foundational Black American community because of this outside help. Okay, this is what's happened.
The court that I'm dealing with.
Why you still talking? Why you still talking? Why is you still talking in front of him?
Pass my son to me.
I already told you I'm getting a police officer.
I don't care.
Okay then, so why you all up on me?
Now, does that baby look like what do you think that little boy is thinking? Huh? He ain't happy, right? He can't be happy, but he look like he used to.
To the police officer.
I don't gotta wait on nothing.
Yes,
you exchange, I leave, and you file a police report.
Is there a police officer inside? Do you know?
It's closed right now.
Yeah, so exchange. We gotta exchange.
Kira. Kira.
Oh, here you go. Here you go. Thank you. Appreciate you.
It's visitation time, honey. Like,
and that's what you need to understand.
okay, and I'm understanding it.
So why are you still here?
Because I can be.
No, you can't. Honestly.
So, I'm not going nowhere. So
All right, that's cool.
Y'all having your visitation?
All right.
Yeah, okay. So when Erica come back.
Yeah,
now, was y'all
so
supposed to go to the mall? Was y'all supposed to go to the mall?
I don't know what the plan is now.
So the thing about it is Empress says is stop acting like it's just the women's fault. These men shouldn't lie with these women. So here's the thing you have to understand. A lot of these men were raised by women like this. So they are used to this activity. And it's a never repeating cycle because these same women raise men who are used to this sort of degenerate behavior and activity. And those men grow up and they are actually, you know, because of their standards are jaded, they're fine with dealing with women like that. So, you know, at some point the cycle has to stop. Okay.
The plan was dinner. Dinner? Yes. A supervised dinner?
No, it wasn't no supervised dinner.
It looked like this lady right here. I mean, just give her a chicken wing or something so she can go. She look like she's hungry. Okay. He's apparently, I guess he's there with his new woman having dinner with his son, and it was supposed to be an exchange. And she decided that she was going to hang out and just loiter. Okay. That's what it looked like. She's just going to. she's gonna disturb their peaceful meal. That's what it looked like. And my man is just sitting there eating. He's just eating it up, enjoying his food, and she is just posted up right there, like, golly, that's terrible, man.
Let me clarify, supervise, unsupervised. All right, so why are you still here?
Because it's going to be supervised.
This is my car.
Okay,
Kira, okay. So no, you're not gonna do that. It's a good vibe. Baby happy. She ain't kicking, hollering, and screaming.
I don't know if that's grandma who's talking to her or mom. I don't know who it is, but the baby looks like she cool. Just keep listening.
I'm so glad.
So go away.
I'm talking to you.
So Kira,
okay, I'm talking to you.
So wait. Come on. We gotta keep the peace. This is co-parenting. You gotta learn to co-parent.
That is not co-parenting, ma'am. That is not co-parenting. That's why you don't let them. You let them drop them kids off at the police station. That's what you do, man. You tripping. You got too comfortable.
So let's
She's
keep
not
the
even
peace.
supposed to be here.
Yeah,
it doesn't specify.
You slept with her. You decided to impregnate that woman over there at the Golden Corral. You were the one that slept with that lady. And you stuck with you too. Look, brother, you're a little too thin to be sleeping with that big old gal. You can't handle it. I can tell you that now. Okay, that's a big old lady, and you small and skinny, and she look like she can take you any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Okay, I don't know why so many brothers, slender brothers, mess with these larger ladies like that. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna get into that. That's something else for another time. But we're gonna keep it pushing. Let's go.
Okay.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
So Kira,
you're supposed to be here. That's supervised visitation.
So it's a happy vibe. So y'all could go back up to the board. If we go to the mall, because we got time to go to the mall, right? Y'all gonna come to the mall with us?
I thought the mall was Sunday. That was weird.
Why ain't nobody trying to go to the mall with her?
Okay, so we're not doing the mall today.
Y'all talked about you weren't supposed to be here, and you still here, right?
The mall with her. You trying to get my
It's so ghetto. So listen, I just asked my daughter's dad for some money for some groceries.
And what did he say?
And then I followed up the text message like, or you could just pay for the pickup order, so he don't think that like I'm asking for money for other stuff, like whatever. This man responded and said, go post the ad and suck some dick for it. Okay.
That's what he told you? Go post the ad. Ooh, yo, what did you do to that man that got him mad? He told you to go paste the ad and go give somebody we'll just give him some of that laughable. We'll say that. That's what he told you. That is cold-blooded. You smiling about it. You got a great attitude. What did you do to him, girl? Because he's clearly angry with you. What did you do to him?
Okay, you got it. If you ain't got no kids, just hold on for a second.
Yeah.
Just hold on for a second.
You got an ignorant baby daddy. You seem like a decent woman, and you got an ignorant baby daddy. You wanted him though. All you ladies out here who like bad boys, let me tell you, that's what come with them bad boys. They ignorant. That's why they can be bad. They ignorant. He told her, yeah, she wants some extra money. Go on out, take an ad out, and go on out there and get somebody some hot top. That's what you do. And she smiled about it. You knew he was ignorant when you was dealing with him. You and I both know I'm gonna be your best friend. You knew he was ignorant as hell. Ignorant when you did now what? Now you embarrassed and you on the internet telling the whole world your baby daddy told you to go ahead and get you a little side hustle going on.
Cause man.
That's what he told you. You chose him. That's the same thing these family law lawyers will tell you. You chose him. And that's what you got. Okay. You can go and make you about $10 a pop. I'm gonna let you go ahead and make it. We ain't gonna play too many more of these videos. Yeah, we ain't gonna play too more of these videos, but we're gonna let a few more play, and we're gonna get back to
Don't pull up with my son. Don't pull up with my son. Don't pull up with my son no more. Don't pull up with my son in your car no more. It's gonna be an issue. It's gonna be an issue. No, ain't no royo. Because why are you always pulling up with my baby in this car? Ain't no ride is a ride. Don't be pulling up with my baby in that car. No, stop. Give me my son. You just have the same car with a different female.
There's always something going on around here.
Stop having different females around my son.
Okay, and that's wrong because he usually buy your brother's shoes. But look at this petty dude.
That got nothing to do with me, man.
It do get something to do with
my kids, man. Them is not my kids.
Okay, but guess what? When you was with me, you was bad shoes.
I'm not with you though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm not with you. But I'm taking care of my son. Anything outside of that, I do not owe you that. I do not owe him nothing. No, none of that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just like a petty dude. Just like a petty. Yes, you will.
Matter of fact, you got dude laid up in here with you. He need to be taken care of.
So she mad because he won't buy all of her kids shoes anymore like he did when they were together, and she got a new man laying up in the house.
It got nothing to do with you.
You do. You right here paying attention. You do. What you talking about, man? You don't know about nothing, man.
And I just want you to know she'll be the type that'll get on the internet and call all black men deadbeat dads. I'm not saying it's true, but I'm saying this is what they do. You see what I mean? And this is why you have so much issues in the black community right now. And all of this is powered by what? Big Daddy government. Telling these women, you strong, independent, don't need a man. Here's $200 a week.
Hey,
I got
don't
it.
even go there. Don't even go there. You better go before
I ain't trying to hear none of that shit.
Yes.
I'm gonna do what I gotta do for my kids.
Okay, so you ain't gonna. You petty ass dude. I told you that's what I don't like. I don't like fooling with that dude. Look at petty. Yes.
I'm gonna do what I gotta do for my kids. Anything outside.
Okay, so you ain't gonna.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, here's the thing. When you have the federal government funding you and whatnot, you don't even have to be cooperative with your baby daddy, do you?
My kids will be at your wedding.
Wow.
You think I'm gonna let my kids watch you go get married after you left me?
Kids
a
life.
month
My
after
whole damn life.
before I had my baby? You left me a month before I had my baby. You had me have all these damn kids just for you not to marry me. You gonna move over to the next woman and marry her?
I thought we was past that shit. So I bring them up getting married. You mad as hell.
You can go. They're not coming. God.
See, the thing is, look, I'm saying she don't need him. Clearly, she got the government on her side, so she can talk.
They're not coming to nowhere. I'm telling you that right now. My kids won't be there.
Yes, they will.
No, they won't.
Like I said, I already got their outfits and shit picked out.
I don't give a fuck about
You not invited. You not
I don't want
invited.
to go. That's why my kids are not going. Simple.
You
My
not
kids-
Bro, you shouldn't look, bro. You should have just had your visitation and shouldn't have told you was getting married. That was a mistake. But you got her pregnant a whole bunch of times, and now she on welfare. And you got your new woman who probably got kids herself.
I'm not going. I'm not.
You
going.
not invited.
My kids ain't going.
You ain't invited.
You not invited.
Remember that.
The fuck? And you sitting there mad as fuck because I ain't invite your little stinking ass to my wedding.
Ooh, you can't be, bro. You got her stinking ass pregnant, sir. You talking about I ain't invite your stinking ass to the wedding. You got her stinking ass pregnant, and now you complaining. That's what you end up with, sir. Respectfully, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and keep listening.
Liz, you pissed off.
You don't know what you did to me.
That's exactly what I
You
did.
had me the whole. I've been having kids for the past 13 years.
Shout
I
out
have
there to you.
kids, but
That's what you wanted to do.
This is what I'm talking about. All of this could be ended if we like, look, I ain't got no money to argue with you. Okay, we need to get rid of all of this. This is the culture that we dealing with right now. This is the culture. Let's keep listening.
Me for him, you thought he had it all. Now he lost everything y'all had gambling, right? And he told me I can't never see my baby. Now you want to bring him back around? Now you talking about you need a place to stay? It's not happening. I'm not.
me and my boyfriend come live with you.
No, it's not. Stop playing with me. That'll never happen.
My boy. Oh, hell no.
I don't want nothing to do with y'all. I told y'all that a minute ago.
We only need a week.
Look at. I don't care about none of that, bro. You go sleep outside for all I care. Didn't you leave me? Now you want to bring my baby back around. After 2 years, you said I can't never see my baby again. You lose your house. Now you want to kick it, bro. What's to
I'm
you?
not trying to kick him. I'm just asking me and my boyfriend.
Ain't nothing going on. Like I said, bro. Ain't nothing going on. You bring dude to my house, it's going to be there. I'm not going to play with you, bro.
So
You can go sleep outside. No, it's a homeless shelter right down the street. Y'all can go over there. I'm not doing that.
I'm not going to stay in no homeless shelter. That's how I'm
You ain't gonna be there.
Well, that's what you want. That's what you.
I bet you ain't gonna be in there. You trying to move in there with you left him to go hang out with the new man, and then y'all went broke, and now you back 2 years later. See, That's what happened.
You gonna have to do because you ain't coming up here, bro.
I knew that
you lucky I allowed.
stay
No, you lucky I allowed you to come get some of my heat, bro.
You lucky.
Oh, bro, y'all tripping, bro. You told me no. Stop. No, get back over there.
I bet he smashed again. I bet he did talk about let you come up here and get some of this heat. You know that's the problem. That's the problem. Go ahead.
So the baby can't stay either?
Huh? No, can't nobody stay.
Nobody.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Did you keep my son away from me? Can't nobody stay.
That don't have nothing to do with him.
Shit to do with got everything to do with him and you, bro. You kept my baby away from me, bro.
Kept my baby
when I was down in my Lord, so I couldn't even see my son. Now you want to bring me? No, I'm starting over. My new girl pregnant. I'm starting over.
Be at the front of the room, cause I kissed my baby daddy. What makes you think I'm not gonna kiss my baby daddy before he died? What makes you think I'm not gonna kiss my baby daddy? I mean, not before he died, but what makes you think I'm not gonna kiss my baby daddy before he go lay down in the grave or whatever gonna happen to him? What makes you think I ain't gonna kiss that so he can remember? Babe, everybody better be happy I ain't pull his pants down to start.
You hear what this little this nasty thing did? She kissed her baby daddy's tallywhacker. You hear that in the funeral home?
I was ready to live. We finna get a busted right here in the church. Man, my baby daddy looked beautiful, good as hell. Man, yes, I kissed his I kissed his lips. Y'all, look, I played it out because I already knew what the fuck I was gonna do. So I asked his mama, like, can I kiss him just one time? After I kissed him that one time, I went down for that bad baby. Wait, kiss that because I'ma miss it.
Now I'm just saying, all the beautiful, respectable black people, aren't we tired of this hood rat behavior in the black community? For all of you all who have a problem with Donald Trump and the Republicans ending the EBT and SNAP and welfare, that's what's empowering this sort of behavior and activity. You got people running wild and acting crazy because all they got to do is fill out a form and they can do what they want to do. They don't have to listen to their mothers. They don't have to listen to their grandmothers. They don't have to listen to their children's fathers. They don't have to listen to their fathers, because they can pretty much do what they want because the government will pay them to keep having children. And so there is no social correction. There is no shaming. You can't tell these people anything. They don't even need a job. You can't tell them to go to school because all they need to do is have a baby, get on Section 8, and they can do what they want to do. This is what's coming to an end. And that's why when the brother said this is the death of the African-American hood rat, he was able to say that with his chest and he meant it. Now, I'm tired of it. And although this is going to be pretty tough, generally speaking, we're talking about EBT cards being revoked and the Big Daddy government watching the Big Daddy government husband betray the black family. But the truth is, if you're on EBT and Section 8, you don't really have a family. It's really just some women with some children. Okay. Now I want to be clear about something. And look, we're gonna get down to this thing. We're gonna make it happen. I'm glad EBT is being taken away. All right. And I think I can speak on behalf of a lot of folk. Now, again, that does not necessarily mean that, I want to see people suffer. I definitely don't want to see black children suffering, and I don't want to see innocent people at all. I don't. Okay. But, I know, some of you all out there clutching your pearls when you hear me say that I'm glad it's being taken away, but I want you to listen to what I'm saying before you react. Okay. I'm glad not because I want people to starve, but because sometimes the only way people wake up is when the crutch gets kicked right out from up under them. Okay. And they got to stumble and maybe fall. See, this whole EBT shutdown and welfare shutdown is exposing something ugly, something we've known but been afraid to say out loud, and that is that the system is just broken and it's being abused. Okay. Here's the thing. There are people out there, and you heard the people say it, people out there who are abusing this EBT and they're misusing EBT like it's some sort of flex, like it's a fashion statement. You see? They are taking advantage of the system. Okay. You got folks who haven't worked a day in years pulling up to the grocery store in brand new cars. They're pushing carts full of steaks and seafood and swiping the card like they earned it. And meanwhile, you got people who are working, men and women, who putting in 40, 50, 60 hours a week, who trying to do things the right way, who can't even qualify for help. They're skipping meals while people who don't work are eating like kings and queens. And let's be real, that's not justice. That is insanity. And you got a whole communities, even entire ethnic groups, milking the system while pretending to be victims. And I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about these Somalians. Okay, because I'm talking about these. I'm talking about everybody. That's what I'm talking about. They just got to say they're pretending to be victims. You know, they living better on the government aid than a man who's breaking his back to earn a paycheck. I was looking for this photo for you guys to take a look at, but these people are living good. And at some point, we have to realize that that's not look, it's corruption. All right. Here's another thing you got to understand. Nobody wants to say this. Okay. It's unpopular to say this. We're always supposed to couch these folk as poor people who, you know, tough on life. But you heard the one lady said she purposely had 2 kids because she was trying to spite her best friend who got pregnant by her baby daddy. All right. And the thing we need to understand is people, you know, whatever reason, free handouts breed laziness. And the more you give people something for nothing, the more they start believing they deserve something for nothing. And you can't build a strong nation on entitlement. You build it on effort. And now, you know, I don't want you to get this mistaken. I know EBT isn't just for lazy mothers. There are lots of recipients, children, disabled, senior citizens. But let's be honest, there's also a portion of people abusing it, and the government doesn't even track how big that group is. Even the Department of Human Services can't tell you the breakdown between who truly needs this, the working poor, and just the straight up freeloaders. That tells you everything you need to know. The system isn't being managed, it's being exploited. And yes, many of these parents are working, but they're still stuck in poverty because wages haven't kept up with inflation. I give ground for that. Even with overtime, they can't make ends meet. And to make it worse, a lot of fathers, right, they're not putting in what they need. They'll have these kids with these ladies and then they disappear. But here's the thing you got to understand. It's not all fathers. And if I could just speak about black men, generally, most black men, the majority of us don't even have kids until we're past 45. Okay, so how do all these kids so how is it that we're now being held responsible for other people and their decisions to make children? Okay, but here's the thing: if a father can provide and wants to be part of the child's life, but the mother refuses to let him, then maybe it's time to give those children to the dad. Because if a man is stable and responsible and willing to feed and house his child or children, but she keeps him out of the picture out of spite or ego or just control, then that's not motherhood. That's mismanagement of someone's life. And yes, I know a mother's going to do whatever she has to do to provide for her children. I get that. But I notice what I said. Okay, whatever she has to do. Okay. But I noticed that when they say, hey, I'm going to do whatever I have to do, that it never includes letting the father raise the child. Why is that? Why is it easier to fill out 30 pages of government forms and wait in line for hours and depend on bureaucrats who don't know your child's name, okay, instead of working out the co-parenting plan with the man who helped create the child? Maybe the real issue isn't the loss of EBT, but the loss of accountability. And if we're going to tell the truth today, tonight, this morning, wherever you are, let's go all the way. If you keep having children with men who can't afford to take care of them, that's not the system's fault. That's your decision. And at some point, we've got to stop blaming politicians, the economy, and the government for consequences of your own choices, because here's the reality. When benefits stop, you're going to find out real quick, real quick, who your community is, okay? And it darn sure won't be the government. It won't be these politicians. It's going to be your family. It's going to be your neighbors. It's going to be your church. And yes, the men, you shut out your children's lives, okay? See, this EBT shutdown is doing what politicians couldn't do. It's forcing people to wake up. It's forcing a conversation about responsibility, about motherhood, about fatherhood, about self-sufficiency. And if we're wise, we'll use this crisis to rebuild families instead of depending on Washington to save us, because Washington will never do that. Now, I'm gonna hit you guys with something. I want you to understand. When I look at this, what this shutdown is really exposing is something deeper than politics. This whole situation exposes failed parenting. All right. What do I mean? Well, for decades, lots of decades. I mean, we're talking 60 years now. The government allowed mothers who fail in their role as parents to hide behind the phrase, I take care of my kids. How many of you all have heard that? I'm taking care of my kids. Many of you have moms and sisters and aunties who say, but I take care of my kids. Because see, providing a roof, food and clothes, it doesn't automatically make you a parent. It makes you a caretaker. There's a big difference between being a mother, being a father, and being a parent. And I'm going to break this down for you because I know you've never had anybody help you explain that. Now, for you all who don't know, I'm the father of 3, okay? A mother is the vessel of life, and she carries a child, and she nurtures it in infancy, and she loves it instinctively. That's mom, okay? That's the mother's role, all right? Father's typically, he's the protector, he's the provider, okay? That's him. But see, a parent, that's something different. See, you might not necessarily be biologically related to your parent. You might not even necessarily be I'm just saying, a parent, because many of us we got parented by people who maybe didn't even know our mother and father. All right, because a parent is something higher. A parent is the one who shapes a child into a functioning, responsible adult. A parent produces men and women who can survive and thrive and build beyond what they're given. So you can be a great mother. You can be warm, you can be loving, you can be devoted, and still fail as a parent if you didn't raise your children to be productive, disciplined, and self-reliant. You can be a strong father. You can be hardworking. You can be consistent. You can always show up. You can provide. You can big, beautiful house, multi-million-dollar home, give your kids everything, shelter. You can protect them when people attack, and still fail as a parent if your children grow up to be entitled, lazy, or lost. How many rich people do we know that have children who are F-ups? That doesn't mean they weren't a good father. Look at Joe Biden. We would all probably say he's probably not a good father. He could be a good father, but he's not a good parent based on his children. Okay? See, parenting isn't just about love, it's about leadership, it's about producing results. And the truth is, many households in this country, especially in the Black community, replaced the father with the federal government. The government became daddy. He provided food. He paid the bills. He kept the lights on. Okay? This is what he did. That's the father. That's what the government did. Okay? All right? That's what he did. In other words, the federal government performed the role of a father in that it protected and provided. And all the mother had to do was be a mom and a parent. Okay, but somewhere along the way, even that failed, because being a parent isn't just about surviving; it's about building. It's about raising. You know, they didn't raise. You know, let me say it like this, and I want you to understand. For decades, many women were able to use Big Daddy government as the father, in that he performed the tasks that the father performed, and her task was to do along with being a mother. Now she had to be the parent. She had to teach them how to be good human beings. Now, what did she raise? Did she raise a bunch of doctors and lawyers and engineers and entrepreneurs? Did she do that? Or did she raise a bunch of Pookie and Ray Rays and school shooters? You understand me? Damn school shooters, white boys. We've got some white boys who got poor parenting. You see? And if you start looking at some of these school shooters, many of them were raised in broken homes or single mother homes. I want you to do the work on yourself. And I'm not saying this is across the board, but I'm trying to help you understand. So this whole father government is really just a failed experiment. Replacing the father with the federal government has failed. Let me say again, it is a failed experiment. This welfare state tried to be both a provider and a protector. And what it did was it produced dependency and broken families and unprepared children. And it gave comfort instead of character. It gave relief instead of responsibility. Now we're seeing the bill come due. Because when you depend on the government to father your children, i.e. provide and protect, you don't be surprised when the children grow up unprepared to raise themselves. Okay. See, parenting is not just about gender, it's about guidance. It's not about emotion, it's about execution. And until we as a community start prioritizing results and not excuses, we're going to keep repeating the cycle. Mothers, fathers, whether if you're going to be a weak parent, you're going to have lost children. So this is a wake-up call. Okay, this is the crash at the end of the experiment. And unfortunately, the people who started off in the ride aren't there. Your grandma, your great grandma who told you, yeah, girl, just go and get that welfare check. The government will take care of it. They're not even in the car anymore. What you see happening right now is the government is divorcing single mothers quietly, coldly, and permanently. And whether people want to hear it or not, Black women are the face of it. Okay? They're the poster children of this social experiment that's finally collapsing under its own hypocrisy. Don't get it wrong. Every ethnicity of women who built their lives around government cars, whether they be white, Hispanic, Asian, whether they be African immigrant, Caribbean immigrant, whoever, they're all about to find out what happens when the state walks out of the house and doesn't come back. And see, for decades, the government played daddy. It played husband. It provided food, the roof, the check, and all you had to do was keep the man out of your home. You didn't need a father. Hell, you had a caseworker. You didn't need marriage. You had a voucher. You didn't need discipline. You had dependency. But now the governmental husband is leaving, and he's taking the credit card with him. And women will no longer be having kids and breaking up with the father because they're bored. Okay? Now it better be some serious abuse going on. You better have a good reason, not just boredom. Because it works. Because there's no governmental husband anymore. There's no invisible man paying your rent and feeding your kids or covering your mistakes. You're going to have to cooperate with that man. Okay? You're going to have to cooperate with that man, or you are going to have to suffer. And your children are going to suffer. So that whole fantasy of being, I'm strong, independent, and I don't need a man. Yeah, you don't need a man because you got other men who pay taxes paying for your living expenses and your children. Shout out to Fuquan. See, women never really were independent. If the government is paying, the money comes from the taxpayers, men and women actually. All right, but the thing is, that's over. That whole thing, it was really nothing but it was dependency, sold as empowerment. It was a slick lie packaged as liberation. Women were told, you don't need a man, the system got you. And now the system is saying, we ain't taking care of you anymore, LaBoo. Okay? And that's not being mean. That's the USDA, that's Congress, that's every policy department quietly tightening eligibility and cutting benefits while you're distracted by celebrity gossip and TikTok trends. And this isn't just economic shift, it's a social reckoning, because women who built their lives around government help are realizing something too late, that safety net was never meant to last forever. It was meant to control you. It was not meant to empower you. And now that control is being withdrawn and leaving chaos in its place. So let's call it what it is. It's a silent divorce. And for decades, the state stepped into the role of fathers, you know, and as far as we're talking about black families, it was a role once played by black men. And they said, we'll protect you. You don't need that big, bad black man. We'll provide for you. You don't need him. He's oppressing you. And generations of women believe that. And then Section 8 replaced stability. SNAP replaced structure. Medicaid replaced marriage. And every time a woman tried to earn more, save more, build a stable home, the system punished her for trying to do that. Okay, and it told her, don't depend on the man, don't even depend on yourself, just depend on us. And now that the same government is ghosting her, the divorce papers are being filed through policy cuts and delayed benefits and unspoken decisions. The free ride is over, and so the illusion is over. Inflation is through the roof. Federal budgets are shrinking. And taxpayers who've been funding this setup are pissed off. So you heard we don't care. The public patience for entitlement programs is run out. It's a wrap. That's not only a message from the American government, it's a message from the American people. You are on your own. And so for the first time in decades, single mothers are discovering what real independence looks like. And it's not pretty. Evictions are up. Food insecurity is through the roof. That EBT credit is not going to hit that credit card on November 1st. You see? Jobs that used to be optional are now mandatory. A lot of women have realized that what they called independence was really a borrowed stability. And you can't build independence on someone else's wallet, ladies. You can't build freedom on a government program, and you can't build strength on dependence. And that's just the truth. You see? That is the cold, hard truth. And this is the hangover. After 60 years of bad policy, the welfare state was never designed to make you free. It was designed to make you forget what freedom was. It punished marriage. It rewarded single motherhood. It raised an entire generation of children to believe that struggle is normal and mediocrity is acceptable. It taught our people how to manage poverty instead of escaping it. And now that the system is crumbling, you got women who are facing a new kind of reality, one where strong and independent actually has to mean something. All right, now you got to go out and prove it. And now you're going to have to go show that you don't need a man. And for many women, this is terrifying. You see? The government was never your man. And it never loved you. It never cared about your kids. It used you as a voting block, as political currency, as a photo op for social progress. And now that the votes are counted and the budgets are bleeding, they're cutting you loose. You can cry about it, but you can cry, you can stay bitter. But either way, that season of dependency is over, because when the government divorces you, you find out who's really in your corner. And for a lot of people, the answer is no one. No one at all. You see? Now, again, this war didn't start with Trump and the Republicans and MAGA. It started decades earlier. Shout out to my man, Eddie B. It started decades earlier with liberal social policy masquerading as compassion. And for over 60 years, the same side that claims to care about Black America has been systematically dismantling core institutions, family, faith, fatherhood, all under the banner of we're helping you. And the policies, they weren't designed to empower Black women or Black people in general. They were designed to manage us. And they replaced fathers with federal checks. They replaced husbands with housing vouchers. And they replaced community accountability with bureaucratic dependency. And that's not liberation, it's economic captivity with a smile. Now, I'm gonna take the opportunity. Look, I need you all to make sure you subscribe to the channel. It makes no sense that I have all these people who watch my broadcast, sometimes up to 10,000 people a day, and over half of you have not subscribed to the channel. I don't understand that, okay? I've been trying to get to 100,000 views. If all the people who watch this video today will subscribe to my channel right now as you watch it, whether you're watching it live on the replay, I have 10,000, 100,000 subscribers by tomorrow. And so I need you all to take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel. Please do that as a professional courtesy. That being the case, as you guys know, I am an attorney. And I certainly would appreciate it if you would help recycle some Black dollars, in that if you are involved in any sort of injury, car accident, et cetera, whatever, that you would reach out to me at 713-229-0770. Let me hit that number back. 713-229-0770. I am fantastic at what I do. I focus on serious catastrophic car accidents and injuries, and even some slip and falls. And whatever state you're in, I have friends all across the country. I myself am licensed in 6 different states: New York, Illinois, Michigan, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas. So feel free to contact me. And if I can't help you personally, I can usually associate somebody with my law firm that can help you. So make sure, if you've been involved in a car accident, call me at 713-229-0770. Help me help you. That's what I need you guys to do. But again, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Don't do that. Now I want to kind of hit y'all with something, man. You know, after the civil rights era, instead of enforcing Black self-sufficiency, the Democratic lawmakers, they rolled out all these programs that paid families not to have fathers in the home. Okay? That instead of us building wealth, what do? They institutionalized poverty. Every dollar in benefits came with these invisible handcuffs. You got a check, but you can't have a working man in the house. So how do you ever build? You can't make more than this amount, or you lose the aid. You can't own the property, or you can't pass it down. You're on Section 8. So you don't build up any equity. And for generations, this produced a culture of compliance and entitlement, not innovation or independence. And entire neighborhoods learned how to qualify instead of how to thrive. And when the government became the provider, the moral authority of fathers evaporated. Why do I have to listen to you? Oh, because I pay all the bills. No, you don't. The government pays the bills. Nobody's listening to the woman. Don't have to listen to him. The man, the children don't have to listen to him. So it eroded the man's respect in his home amongst his own children. And what do we end up with now in 2025? We got a nation of single parent homes and a lost generation of boys and girls who never saw masculine leadership up close. That's what we see. Now let's fast forward. What are we dealing with? We're watching children and grandchildren of a system rage online about EBT cards being delayed. There are people justifying theft and looting and violence because the system failed them. You might be able to get away with something like that in California. You might be able to get away with something like that in New York, but you are not going to get away with that in Alabama. They will put you under the penitentiary. Same thing in Texas. We would love to lock you up in prison here in Texas and fill up our prisons and have you working and making license plates and furniture and leather goods. You better cut it out. You better stop. Mississippi would love to get their hands on you for some petty theft and hold you in there for 5 or 10 years. And then your children are going to be part of the system. This is not a game. This is not a game. See, and we always say, well, the system failed them. No, the system did not fail them. It trained them to depend on it. They were never supposed to build. They were supposed to consume. The dependency machine created by this liberal policy made sure of that. And now that this whole situation with the debt ceiling has caused for the parties to fight it out, and they shut the government down, we're seeing the true cost of dependency: emotional instability, economic fragility, and moral decay. Can you imagine what it's like being in a household right now, and you were planning on you 4 days away from, you barely struggling, you barely making it, hoping you could just get to the 1st, which is November 1st, and now come to find out you're not going to get anything, and you down to your last, and you got all these kids? See? This is where we at. We've reached the point where a lot of adults genuinely believe that other people's tax dollars are an entitlement, not assistance. They're mad. These folk talk about SNAP and Section 8 like it was a paycheck that was kept away from them, not an emergency program. Okay? See, that's not poverty. That's learned helplessness. See, there's nothing wrong with ending the generational dependency. Okay, that's not cruelty. It is correction. And the real act of love is to teach self-sufficiency, not permanent subsidy. Okay, and when you reward dysfunction, you get more of it. When you subsidize broken homes, you get generations of broken homes. That's not oppression. It's policy-driven decay dressed up as social justice. Now, ending the dependency, it's not an attack on the poor. It's an attack on poverty culture, because as long as you depend on the government aid, you don't own your own future. And if your first instinct when aid is cut is to steal and riot or to threaten violence, then it's clear the system didn't liberate you. It enslaved you emotionally and morally. The real enemy, the real enemy in this war on Black families isn't coming from conservative policy. It's coming from liberal neglect disguised as compassion. It's teachers unions blocking school choice in poor neighborhoods. It's welfare rules punishing marriage but rewarding single parenthood. It's prosecutors refusing to hold criminals accountable while communities rot. It's these politicians who fly in private jets to climate conferences while you can't afford groceries. And for 60 years, the same people who are promised progress and delivered paralysis. The Black family has been the collateral damage of the political machine that profits off dysfunction, and it's called equity. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's talk. Fellas, come on to the front of the room. Let's have a conversation. Now, ladies, I want you to understand something. Let me tell you a little bit about myself, because I got a lot of new people here, and I am an advocate for Black men. That's how I started off. I know these brothers very well. For years, I would have panels and panels and panels of Black men talk about how they feel. I've told you folk time and time again what was going to happen 4 or 5 years ago, and you see it coming true. Kevin Samuels told you that winter is coming. I am the Blizzard King. You see, I'm that cold, hard truth. I'm that other side. Many of you all don't believe this. Kevin Samuels is actually a very compassionate man. He loved Black people. He wants to see you come together. I'm not that personality, okay? I love you, but my love is different, okay? I'm just saying, I want to talk to you guys. Now, I say all this to say, I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Black men and how they feel. There's probably no other authority on this YouTube streets that's going to give it to you straight like me. And I'm going to tell you this, and it's going to be painful, but I want you to listen to me. There are Black men who are celebrating Black women's suffering. Let me say that again. Did he say what I said? Yes. There are Black men who are celebrating Black women being stripped of EBT and suffering and struggling, not knowing how they're gonna feed their children. They are celebrating. They're happy about it. Yes, not all, but it's a significant. I'm just telling you. There's some black women out there that feel the same way, but we're gonna talk about the brothers. You see it online. You see them laughing. You see the memes. I told you so energy everywhere. Brothers are genuinely taking pleasure in seeing certain black women panic over losing EBT and Section 8. It's just what it is. But before you pass judgment, let's first examine the root of why. Most black men aren't celebrating hunger. Okay? They're not celebrating children going without food. They're not celebrating poverty. What they're reacting to, what they've been holding in for decades, is vindication. They're watching the collapse of a system that weaponized black women against black men. See, the real emotion is not joy, it's justice. See, for 60 years, black men have been told that we're useless. Come on, brothers, give them all the names that they call us. Useless, broke, deadbeat daddy, ain't worth nothing, can't lead, can't provide, don't build. We've been called dusty, weak, scrubs, trash, broke boys. Meanwhile, you got the same women saying that we're being funded by the very system that made it possible for us to play our role. You see? With the federal government. No group of man can. We cannot outspend Section 8. No group of man can. You can't out-provide EBT or free health care. When you remove a man's ability to lead and then mock him for not leading, that's the psychological warfare we've been dealing with. And for decades, the welfare state was the weapon. So when the programs start getting rolled back, when this big daddy government starts cutting the checks and reducing the amount of money you get, that's not men celebrating your pain. That's men recognizing an end of an era. It's like watching the Matrix glitch. The very system that was used to degrade and divide us is now turning off the lights. That's not cruelty, that's clarity. Look, what are black men really saying? Most of us aren't laughing at the starvation. Some of them are. Some of them think some of you ladies need to lose a little weight anyway, and they might, a couple of weeks without those heavy calories might be good. Okay? Some brothers, maybe we can talk again about rebuilding. Maybe. I'm not making a guarantee. Maybe. Some brothers are gone. Some brothers, you're not going to get them back. They've gone on to other communities. Their minds have been expanded. You told them you didn't want them for so long. And this is not all black women, of course. And I'm just speaking in general. I want you to understand, okay? But see, now they hope that you'll understand what they've been saying the whole time. Because remember, the black man has never received the benefits of the federal government. We've always been on the out. So we had to make other ways to get what we wanted. We're not getting EBT, and not all of us. We're definitely not getting Section 8 in any numbers. We're not getting any of that. That's something reserved for black women. You see? But see, if we have to start over again, it's going to be from equal footing, not with the government acting as a middleman. Okay? You understand me? And brothers are saying that's what you get for trusting the state more than you trust your mate. Bars. That's what the brothers are saying. They're saying you replace partnership with politics. When you trade respect for independence and family benefits, that's what they're saying. And so what you're hearing in this laughter is relief. Okay? This is what you hear. Because see, this false power dynamic that was funded by the federal government, it's up. Okay, no serious, let me run this back. No serious man wants to see women and children suffer. Okay, but at the same time, no man is obligated to mourn the collapse of a system that was built to destroy him. And if that system collapsing causes temporary chaos and pain and discomfort, oh well, so be it. That's what correction looks like after decades of dysfunction. So men are angry. Black men are angry. Some bitter. There's some bitter brothers right here on my channel right damn now. Somebody type bitter in the chat room if you mad. They're mad. I've spoken to thousands of black men on this page, and I'm telling you, they are angry and they are bitter because you mocked them and you rejected them and you insulted them while the state played provider. The state was the wall that you used to come off, bounce off, and talk back. The wall, that's what stood you up. And so now when you have the same women who said, I don't need no man, start crying that the government isn't feeding them anymore and housing them and giving them a check, it's not surprising that many men, not all, okay, see the irony in that. See, that's not celebration. That's cause and effect finally being seen in real time. It's karma. See, we've been blamed for everything wrong in the community while being shut out of our own homes by governmental policy. We've been expected to pay for a system that excluded us and insulted us. And now that system is falling apart. And some men, they feel a grim sense of justice. Not necessarily joy, but justice. Some joyful. I'm just being honest, okay? Now, I'm going to say this before we pass, because, oh, my God, these horrible men, that's horrible, right? That's horrible. Somebody type horrible. And it's horrible that you would laugh at our pain like that and laugh at such as horrible, right? Now, let me say this before you pass judgment. I want you to remember this. A lot of you ladies celebrated the death of Kevin Samuels and you gloated. Matter of fact, there's still people out there right now who are happy that this good brother is dead. Even though he's been vindicated, the man is more popular now than he ever was. He's like a household name around the world. But nevertheless, that was ugly. But the ugliness you see right now amongst black men, the ugliness didn't start with black men. Now, if you think it was just Kevin Samuels, remember how they celebrated Kobe Bryant's death? He didn't do anything to black women, did he? He didn't do anything. Only thing Kobe Bryant did was marry some woman at a young age and stay married to her till he died. That happened to be non-black. So when people ask, are black men celebrating black women's suffering? The answer is yes, some are. Okay? But most are just tired of pretending that the welfare state didn't destroy the black family, and that people who defended it don't deserve accountability. It's not about celebrating, okay? It's about recognizing the truth and finally coming full circle. Now, if you learn something, I should earn something. If you learn something, I should earn something. If I'm not doing my job, fine. But I see we only have 15 super chats, so that means I need to work harder. I need to find something else to do, because I will find something else to do. You understand me? If I'm not teaching you all or you're not learning something, I'm going to find me something else to do. Nevertheless, if you learn something, I should earn something. And I know you're learning something. I'm trying to help you get some understanding. Now, again, and I'm talking for me personally. Let me talk, because a lot of people like to personify my message and make it, when I speak for black men, a lot of people think, oh, that's just him speaking. Okay? That's just him speaking. That's what you all like to do. You confuse me as an advocate for me with how I personally feel. Okay? And I'm going to tell you how I personally feel. I'm not celebrating hunger, and I'm damn sure not laughing at kids. Okay? Shout out to Yaya's kids. Thank you, baby. Shout out to you. See, what you're mistaken for celebration is relief and vindication after decades of being publicly humiliated by a system that subsidized fatherlessness and culture that told us we're unnecessary. And for years, too many sisters said, I don't need a man, the government got me. That was always the backup plan, or the backup plan. If they couldn't get another man, couldn't get stepdaddy, they could always get the government. You see, in that very program that replaced fathers is dark. It proves our point about dependency and incentive. Shout out to Fuquan. Thank you so much. I'm not cheering pain. We're not cheering pain. We're saying the lie got exposed. Now, not all black women on benefits. Okay, let's get that straight. Not all black women on benefits. Not all these strong, and because see, a lot of brothers say, well, let's go be strong and independent now. But that whole strong and independent moniker was too often used as a shield against accountability and cooperation. Cooperation being the key word. Baby mama is not going to be tripping on you bringing the kids to the wedding if she knows she needs you to come help her pay these bills. Okay, but as long as she has a subset, as long as she can leverage Section 8 and EBT, she can avoid building with the father. Okay? And see, that critique is aimed at that ideology that rewarded going along with your subsidies and allowing you to mock the men. Okay? Because you got the government having your back. Now, a lot of these women are saying, well, a lot of these men cheered the 300,000 black women. These same men that are happy with losing EBT, they cheered the 300,000 black men who are lost 300 black women, 1,000 black women to use a job. I don't cheer anyone losing honest hard work. Okay? But I will call out a media narrative that spent a decade crowning this black girl magic. What happened to that? Shout out to Mr. Hunter 5150. You black girl magic while at the same time dragging black men is obsolete. And see, when the narrative hits real world economics, it's not a celebration, it's a correction. No one is above market reality. The families do better together. That's why I tell you guys, we are better together than pretending one sex can replace the other with hashtags and subsidies. Okay? Now, there are some of you all who believe that these ladies out here, the opinion is no welfare check can replace a working man. All right? Shout out to John C. Evans. And a lot of you folk trying to see, from a better side, you try to say, well, most women would love to have a man in the home providing. That's not true. That's not true, lady. It's logical. Makes sense, but that's not true. Because if it were universally true, we wouldn't have millions of cases where a fit, willing father is sidelined while benefits flow. See, here's an uncomfortable truth. Authority comes with provision. Authority comes with provision. He's providing for you. He's going to tell you what to do. He's going to tell you what to wear, what to cook, what he wants to eat. He's going to tell you how to dress when you're going out at night. He's going to tell you where not to go. Because part of that protection is making sure you don't get yourself in situations that you shouldn't be in. Protection and provision. But see, many women chose the government because it pays without these rules. You don't have to be under the authority of a man. No man can come in the house and tell you what to do. There's no need for shared leadership. If the government is paying your bills, there's no accountability. You can do what you want to do. You don't have any male standards in the home to live up to, and neither do the kids. See, that's the quiet part. Some people preferred EBT card to a man who says, bedtime, baby, you need to go on up there and wash them dishes. Or baby, I don't like what you're wearing. Kids didn't like it either. Bedtime is at 9. Phone down. Grades matter. We're going to save 15% by not doing X, Y, Z. See, that little EBT card never argues. But see, a father will. That's the difference. Shout out to Devin Mitchell. And so a lot of women prefer the EBT card over having to deal with the authority of a man. The other one is that the government destroyed families with more than food stamps, drugs, and policing. prison pipeline. Yeah, that's facts. We understand that the state undermined black families through criminalization and economic exclusion. Yeah, we get that. But this whole EBT welfare was crucial to it. It was crucial. That's what we need to understand. When you take that, you rip there's no financial incentive out of it. And here's another thing. A lot of people don't, what about the kids? You need to have compassion for the kids. The kids didn't ask to be born. You can't understand why these men don't have an overarching feeling to save the, why is it that they don't have this overarching feeling to save them kids? How dare they? They must be horrible people, right? Right? Well, here's the thing. Is it compassionate to fund a structure, a political structure or infrastructure that keeps the fathers out? Because see, that's what the black men and all men are actually dealing with it. Real compassion is food today and fathers tomorrow. If a mom is unwilling or unable to co-parent and a dad is fit, give the children to the father. You see? How about that? You understand? And then a lot of you all have a problem. Y'all saying these men are being petty. They worried about women. Women are losing their houses and EBT and Section 8. Y'all focus on their wigs and hair and nail. Well, look, man, look, I get it. But, we get being petty is not helpful. And my issue and most men's issue is not the acrylics, it's the priorities as opposed. It's the priorities. Where are your priorities at? You taking public dollars that are supposed to be used to cover necessities, and you doing what's called discretionary flexing. And it's becoming a cultural message. I'm doing fine without a man. And then the same feed turns around and clowns men as dusty and broken, and now you're complaining because EBT is not coming on the first. You can't have it both ways. You can't you can't have state-sponsored independence while publicly degrading men you sideline with your long eyelashes. I'm just saying. You see? And then a lot of people have a problem with the fact, well, this is happening in Thanksgiving. How many times did we hear him talk about Thanksgiving? It's Thanksgiving. Yes, the timing is brutal, but that is the point. The state is not your husband. It is not your spouse. It feels like a sucker punch, doesn't it? It feels like they did it on purpose. A single memo has put your whole household, 42 million Americans, in crisis. That's not stability. It never was. Your husband could lose a job, but that doesn't shut off the refrigerator in 25 states all at once. This is exactly why, we warn you all against outsourcing family security for EBT checks and welfare, because that's what you did. You see? And I get it. It's going to be a lot of elderly people and a lot of disabled people who are needy. We get that. And most people don't have a problem with helping elderly people and disabled people. Okay? We get that. But that has nothing to do with alienating fathers. See, the elderly and the disabled and the children are not the problem. They're the reason we need strong families. Because if you have a strong family, then those elderly and disabled people will have somewhere to go. More likely to happy if you got stable families. Again, women, and this is the perception of men, women chose the government over men. They got government money without male authority. They got housing without sharing control of the house. They got food benefits without a man imposing standards on that whole household. They call it freedom. Freedom from conflict, freedom from oppression. But it's also freedom from accountability, not just for the woman, but also for the children. Plenty chose the card over the covenant. And the choice was rational under those incentives, but it's disastrous for the long term of the children and the family. Okay? A lot of you folks are saying, well, y'all need to be more compassionate with your discipline. I get that. It'd be great to be more compassionate with our discipline. Wonderful. You see? But the thing is, the father was the original safety net. And then the government eclipsed that. And now it's retreating. You see? Now, the thing is, this is another something, man. A lot of ladies are saying black men just want black women to come crawling back. You want black, that's what they saying, brothers. I personally want to see the black family restored. That's what I want. I want to see disrespect retired. I want to end the misandry that grew under the state-sponsored false woman empowerment that spent decades calling black men trash and weak and dusty and not providers, while Uncle Sam played a provider from a distance. See, if the governmental husband is gone, then let's bury the propaganda with him, if we can. You see? That's what I'm saying. And ladies, you got to retire the slander at this point. I don't think any man wants black women crawling around. That's uncomfortable. That's still your woman. That's still your sister. Okay? But if you need a man now, stop publicly disrespecting men. Okay? You need to choose competence and not chaos. You need to pick builders and not vibes. A lot of you choose men the wrong way. Oh, yeah. You need to get some men of substance. You see? And if you can't co-parent with that man, you can't stand to be around him. If that man is fit and willing, you need to stop making him pay child support, okay? And give that man his children. If you can't you can't stand him, you don't like him, go on, give him his kids. That way you don't have to see him anymore. You need to align with reality because these subsidies are disappearing. And working with somebody in partnership is not punishment, it's protection. You understand? Now, the brother said something earlier, and I found it very interesting. This whole thing is a death of the Black American hood rat. And I'm gonna call it what it is. That mentality, okay? It's not a person, it's a mentality. It's a death of dysfunction. It's been glamorized in movies and all sorts of mass media over the past 40 or 50 years, all sponsored by the government. EBT, welfare, Section 8, Medicaid. These were never meant to empower families. They were stabilizers, not sedatives. And they allow people, mostly women, to make reckless decisions with their bodies, without ever feeling the full weight of consequences. Have a child by a man who's not ready, and you not ready. Okay, no problem. The government's got me. Blow through your money on designer clothes instead of groceries. No problem. I'll swipe this Lone Star card. That's not love. That's long-term dependency disguised as compassion. And those policies created multiple generations that genuinely believe that the government is obligated to fund their lifestyle as long as they keep having kids. And that hood rat mentality isn't just about poverty. It's about attitude. It's the I do what I want. And who gonna check me, boo? And in fact, if I make a mistake, somebody else is gonna pay for it. That's that energy. That attitude didn't come from nature. It was nurtured, taught from mother to daughter to grandmother to granddaughter to reinforced by aunties and everybody else, other female family. No self-respecting person would do that. That's not accountability, okay? A lot of these young women don't even know what a father's role is. It started when mothers stopped teaching their daughters how to build with a man and start teaching them how to survive without one. And instead of modeling family and partnership, they modeled pride. Instead of teaching legacy, they taught independence at all costs, even if it meant raising children in chaos. And now, when the government finally says enough, those same moms are panicking, not because their independence was stolen, but because their illusion of independence was exposed. That's a hard truth. You see? It's a hard truth. Family, nobody disputes that children must eat, no matter what. That's not the question. The question is, who's supposed to pay for it? Is it the people who've already have children on their own? We got to pay for your kids and my kids. What about the people who don't even have children? They got to pay for your kids. People don't even have kids. You got the women, men and women right now. They don't even want to be bothered. They don't want the expense, and they got to pay. They got to pay more money because they're not married and don't have kids just to help you take care of yours. People work hard. People work hard. They pay taxes. They go without. They sacrifice. They live within their means so that they can have a better day tomorrow. And then here you come with 9 kids, and their taxes get raised in their state or their city to help pay for your kids. See, the reality is the working class pay for other people's irresponsibility, and we're tired of it. We pay taxes of the money that we earn through our labor with our time that we spend at these funky jobs that we don't even like. And then when we get our little check, it's like 20 to 30% between FICA and insurance and some of that other stuff. We barely got enough to take care of ourselves. And so we budget and we sacrifice and we work longer hours and we come up with side incomes. And then we're told that we have to subsidize someone else's poor decision making because the children didn't ask to be here. Well, the children didn't ask to be here, but somebody made them anyway, didn't they? Somebody made a choice. Somebody decided to lay down without a plan, without protection, without commitment, and somebody wasn't a taxpayer. And there's a difference between helping the needy and rewarding the reckless. No one's obligated to raise another person's children. That's not compassion. That's coercion through taxation. Look, so the hood rat era is dying. The I can do all bad by myself culture is being evicted by economic reality. The welfare safety net has turned into a noose, and the check finally bounced. That's not cruelty. That's correction. When you subsidize back bad behavior, you multiply. When you make dysfunction comfortable, you make progress impossible. So the death of the African-American hood rat marks the beginning of a new chapter, one where accountability replaces excuses and families rise again without the crutch of a broken system. The truth is simple. We can't save a culture that refuses to save itself. And we're not obligated to keep paying for a generation that mistakes dependency for empowerment. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take the opportunity to read these 20 super chats. And y'all make sure that if you have not subscribed already, that you subscribe. I don't know if you're watching the replay or if you're watching it live, okay? But I certainly would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. I should not have to beg you folk to subscribe to my channel. First of all, let me give a shout out to my man Lucifer Ratzinger. Thank you for the $25 Cash App. Good to have you back, family. Mr. Booker, thank you so much for the $5 Cash App. Obadiah, thank you for the $5 Cash App. And Absalon, thank you for the $10 Cash App. Now, we are going to try to read through these super chats. We got 20, and that's plenty. But I'd like 25, and that'll be live. If you guys give me 5 more super chats, that'll be. I'm not finished. I got some more work to do because you know, there's a lot of reasons They're trying to shame you into feeling sorry for them, and we're not going for it. I want to make sure that we read all these super chats. We got 20 super chats. Shout out to Urban Eagle, one of my old school friends, been here for a minute. Thank you so much for Father William Warfield. We need to reorganize our communities and rebuild our band. Thank you so much. Solo Dolo, thank you so much. Number one, that's right. Dharma Warrior, thank you. It's a shame how people will go crazy over food stamps. But when it's time to stand up for the Black community, most of them are nowhere to be found. Thank you so much. Isn't that the truth? Nuruddin FDNY guy 1677. Hey Dennis, I just have a question. How come these lovely queens are having kids with jokers instead? These queens are having kids with jokers instead of guys. Why is no one asking that? Man, look, man, I'm not here to figure that out. But a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's been no consequences. It can always rely on the government. You see what I'm saying? And everybody's tired of it. See, they keep trying to say it's just Black men. Black women are sick and tired of that. You sick and tired of seeing your cousins and relatives, and you can't tell them anything. It's ladies right here. Look, you can't tell them nothing. You cannot tell these hard-headed heifers anything, because all they're gonna do is go down there and fill out a damn application, and they'll be living better than you. So what can you tell them? Shout out to my man Faquan. Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate you for the super sticker. My man Wrench Turner, he said, tell them to eat them degrees and leave us dusties alone. Shout out to old school Wrench Turner, been here for a minute. Faquan, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you again, Faquan. And also Roger Marine, thank you for the $5 super sticker. I am a Black man. I got a cybersecurity degree. I have a house, a car, zero debt. I love my FBA brothers and sisters, so I will donate some food. That's very noble of you. You Black men are so kind. And no, I asked these brothers, are you ready to step over the dead bodies? And they were like, yup, I ain't paying attention. But the truth is they have big hearts. Black men are some of the most wonderful men on the planet. They have huge hearts. They're not really going to sit up and watch folks suffer, especially little Black kids, your little favorite nephew. You know, even if you don't let your baby mama live with you, you know, you might go ahead and let your son enroll and go to school in your community or whatnot. Black men are extremely loving and caring, wonderful individuals. We don't get the reputation we deserve. We get the one that the government gives to us. So, you know, we're going to be all right. Okay. But let me see. I feel sorry for that girl, but at the same time, I can see why a dude was, no, I'm going to hitch my wagon somewhere else. Some of these women are just plain unagreeable. But he did hit it. Like, yeah, they be hitting you out there smashing. You smashing these hood rats. You empower them fellas. You giving them your life's force. And then you mad because you get stuck with them. I don't feel sorry for you. Let me just let you guys know. If you go out there and make a baby mama, I got one too. Gave me hell. Gave me all kind of hell. I mean, damn, just random little shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel sorry for her. I don't feel sorry for myself. You better learn. Okay, I do not feel sorry for you. If you decide to go out and make a baby mama, hell, some of these wives are shady too, but a baby mama is one of the worst things you can do to yourself, man. The little lady was right. It is ghetto. But the bottom line is, as a man, you're responsible for that. But see, the thing is, we know that. We don't feel sorry for each other. Women, on the other hand, with the government, they never actually had to suffer the consequences, the true unadulterated consequences of the financial consequences, I should say, of having children with the wrong type of men, because they could always get the government or multiple children by multiple men. You see? So now these consequences are coming in, and now that the check is due, we might see some changes out here in these streets. But anyway, my man Eddie B said, not to mention the fact that they allowed tens of millions of illegal immigrants into the country and flooded them into the Black neighborhoods and took away the benefits of Black people who deserve the benefits. Yeah, that's true too, brother. That's true. Who else we got up in here? Faquan, thank you so much. Yaya's kids, what's up? Yaya, thank you for the $10 super sticker. Faquan, thank you for the $5 super sticker. Mr. Hunter, 5150, thanks again for teaching us the facts of life. No problem, brother. All praises to the Most High. John C. Evans, thank you so much. Devin Mitchell, thank you. Trump just getting started. Government shutdown, Fed, private sector layoffs, inflation, tariffs, no EBT. in November, 300K black women lost job. Will black women go 50-50 now? Yeah, they might want to go. They might be lucky to get a trip over to the Cheesecake Factory. Remember a couple of years ago, I don't want nobody taking me to the Cheesecake Factory. I'm too good. You might be lucky to get a 2-piece from Popeyes at this point. You're not even gonna make it to the Cheesecake Factory, man. Y'all better be happy. Anyway, shout out to my girl Penny for playtime is over. That's right, baby. Thank you so much. Look here, man. Got 21 super chats. Shout out to everybody who came through with the super chats, man. I appreciate you. Like I said, if you learn something, I should earn something. I appreciate that. Now, let's go ahead and do this. Now, I find it interesting that whenever we start talking about, people getting they come up and, whenever we start talking about it, it fascinates people. People love to bring up Jesus. They bring Jesus into the discussion. You bring Jesus into the discussion about welfare and EBT. You see? I hear people say it all the time. Well, Jesus fed the people with fish and loaves. And I always pause right there because that's a good story. But, we need to lay some context. When Jesus fed the multitudes, those people were following Jesus. They were following him. Okay? And they had been walking with Jesus. They've been listening to Jesus, to his teachings about sacrificing their time and seeking spiritual nourishment. They weren't sitting at home complaining. They weren't blaming the system. They were active participants in their own transformation. So when people use the story to justify government dependence, I have to ask, are the people you're describing doing the same? Are they following anything righteous, anything productive, anything that leads them to close to truth, order, and discipline? Or are they just waiting to be fed? And let's not twist the scripture either. When Jesus said in Matthew 4:19, follow me and I will make you fishers of men, he didn't mean he'd spend the rest of his life handing out fish. He was teaching them to fish for themselves. And that's the point. Empowerment is not dependency. Now, let's take it a little deeper. The government didn't perform a miracle. It created a program. The government gave benefits and the government is now taking those benefits away. But people are acting like their savior just died. Let me remind you, the same government people now expect to save them is the same government that killed Jesus. You put your faith in the system that never loved you, never promised salvation, and never will. The government is not God. And the government is not your daddy or your mommy. The government doesn't owe you a darn thing. You put your faith in the system that never loved you, never promised you salvation, and never will. The government is not God. It was never meant to be your savior. It was supposed to maintain order, not raise your kids, and not feed your family, and definitely not replace your faith. This whole situation is shut down, the loss of EBT, that's panic. It's a wake-up call. It's forcing people to confront the truth. If you make the state your God, don't be surprised when your God fails you. So let me drive this point home. The same government that gives you, that gives can also take away. When it does, it doesn't lose sleep over you going hungry or your kids. It does not care if you're white. It doesn't care if you're black. It doesn't care if you're Hispanic. It doesn't care if you're poor and struggling. You can chant "Make America Great Again" all you want. But the people pulling the strings aren't losing a single meal over your hardship. The truth is, Republicans, they don't like poor white people either. Not the rich ones. They use them. They exploit their fears and their pain and their racism and keep them voting against their own interests. Every time the system collapses, every time the benefits stop, every time the programs dry up, the same poor white voters who believe the hype are left holding the bag. The same old trick convinced working class white people that black people are the problem. And they'll never notice the real problem is the people running the game. The elites, the corporations, the donors who write the laws and feed the politicians. Trump don't like you. He doesn't care about you. He's not standing in those food lines. His kids aren't wondering where their next meal is coming from. He's not losing a dime when the government shuts down. But millions of his supporters are. And instead of asking why, they blame everyone else except the people who are responsible. Look, let me explain something to you, man. These rich elite types, they use racism like a magic trick. Look over there at the black welfare queen while they run your pockets and cut your benefits and raise your taxes. They know as long as they keep poor white folk hating poor black people or black people in general, no one will ever realize they're being robbed at the same time. So this isn't just about EBT or SNAP. It's about waking up. It's about recognizing that neither party, Republican or Democrat, has ever been in business of saving poor people. They only serve those who can afford to buy their loyalty. And if you really want to honor Jesus, then start acting like him. Not by waiting around for handouts, but by feeding the people around you, by taking responsibility, by building a community, and by refusing to let hate blind you to the truth. Because see, when the government fails, and it will, the only people who will save you are you, or is the people around you. Now, people are going to suffer. People are going to go hungry, and the truth is, nobody wants to say it out loud. But suffering has a way of bringing people back to reality. It forces humility, and some of you folk need some humility. Some of you ladies who've been bucking up to your mama and your grandmama and telling her what you don't need, you a grown woman, you got your own kids, you need some humility. You got to leave that Section 8 house that you've been paying $15 a month for and get on back over to mama house and clean up and come in the house at a decent hour and stay there and watch your kids, because she ain't going to be out there watching your kids for you while you run the streets. See, when the free money dry up, when the cards stop swiping, when the shelves start thinning, people are going to have to look at each other eye to eye again. Mothers and daughters who haven't spoken in years are going to have to make peace if they want to eat. Cousins who fell out over gossip are going to have to forgive each other if they want to survive. And women, you're going to have to learn to be amenable to the fathers of your children again, because cooperation is going to be the new currency. Pride and that stubbornness is not going to feed you. See, this next season, it's not about punishment, it's about correction. See, this is the age of accountability. Run that back. This is the age of accountability. The days of reckless choices and the endless safety net of government is gone. And if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're gonna starve. That's not cruelty, that's consequences. Now, in the immediate time, family, I want you to be safe, so I'm gonna let you know what's happening, what's going on. I'm gonna give you some predictions, which is easy to tell. Most of y'all probably figure it out. You probably like, man, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what you're thinking already. First, understand that since the Great Depression, the U.S. economy has relied on some form of circular economics, where the government subsidizes welfare and food assistance, okay? And it's just not there just to help the poor. It quietly props up these corporations. What do I mean? Well, half of the grocery industry's revenue depends on the food subsidies program. SNAP, WIC, why do you think Walmart is the richest company in the world? Huh? Because every 1st and 15th or whatever, they get a bump. All these people come in with millions of dollars and they go straight to the places to buy the food. Walmart, everywhere. You see? Now, what happens when you cut that? So you don't just cut the handouts, you cut the jobs, you cut the truck deliveries and the inventory and even the tax revenue. But when these subsidies stops, see, understand also that the stores can't move the product. So what's going to happen in the immediate future? In the immediate future, there's going to be a surplus of everything piled up at the stores. So what does that mean for you all? Huh, family? If there's a surplus piled up at the stores, then the prices are going to fall temporarily. But then after that, the layoffs are going to come. Okay, and when the shelves start filling up again, the prices, they'll raise the prices to survive. Either way, chaos is coming. You understand me? Shout out to Libra. Thank you. But chaos is coming. You understand me? Now, you are going to see an increase in theft. When somebody tell you who they are, believe it. These people sat up here and told you we're going to start stealing. They're going to start stealing. And you better believe it's going to be an increase in theft because hungry people do desperate things. Grocery stores are going to adapt. They're going to start locking their doors, adding guards, and requiring prepayment or online ordering. They're only going to let one person in at a time. The old idea of walking freely with a cart by yourself, as many people as we can fit it, is over. Shopping is going to become controlled and rationed, even monitored. That's what's going to happen. Outside of those stores, I want you to listen to me. Ladies, listen to me. Fellas, listen to me. Parking lots are going to be very dangerous. Parking lots are going to be very dangerous. You're going to see people getting robbed for bread, milk, and diapers. People running up to people's baskets and taking stuff and running. Anything they can sell or eat. Poverty is going to push people to do what they've never imagined, because survival always exposes who's built to endure. I want you to listen to me. This is how people are. This crisis is going to test our humanity. Families that once split over pride, they're going to have to unite out of necessity. You won't eat. People going to have to form tight circles again and get some real community going. Not this social media illusion. You're going to have to get out the house. You're going to have to go outside. You're going to have to see your neighbors helping other neighbors. But only after that pride burns off. You understand? And here's what I hope. I hope we get some this whole sexual irresponsibility in all these broken homes. That's got to go. We're going to have some accountability in parenting, because you don't have that protection anymore. You don't have that safety net. This is going to be the era that will demand discipline. And the women who mock that structure, I don't need a man, the patriarchy, you better run to the patriarchy. You ladies, y'all better run up to the patriarchy as fast as you can. You better be the first one in line for the patriarchy. And get up under a man that's feeding you and taking care of you. You better run. You see? This is not the end of America. It's not the end of Black America. It's the end of an illusion. See, that age of excess is over. The age of excuses is over. Now begins the age of accountability. Everyone's about to learn what our grandparents already knew. If you don't work, you don't eat. If you don't cooperate, you don't survive. And if you don't respect family and order, you face hunger alone. This isn't political. This is natural law. The government is not your savior. The party is not your provider. God is not to be mocked, not my God. And neither is nature. But see, when the dust settles, people who humble themselves, who rebuild family, who live with integrity, they're going to survive. And everybody else, they're just going to be another lesson in what happens when you worship the system instead of sustaining yourself. This is Uncle D. I love you all, as I always say, and I hope you enjoyed this message. I'm out.
In the Spurling podcast, hit the like button, subscribe.